Hanging in Cuttack, police say probe underway. Thank you for tuning into Republic TV viewers. I'm Priyanka Sharma. We are live and breaking and straight away getting you updates of a horrific murder probe that is going on in Kanpur. In a shocking incident, a man was crushed to death. A young man, in fact, was killed by crushing his head in Gangaganj of police station Punky area, and the dead body was found in the Gangaganj field as well. There was a stir in the area due to the dead body being found in the populated area itself, and the regional public informed, in fact, that the Punky police were present on the spot, and the incident of the Punky police station area of Kanpur is being recorded in this entire matter. And of course, this is another shocking incident of a man being crushed to death, the details of which we're putting out on your screens right now. A young man, in fact, was killed by crushing his head in the Gangaganj area of the police station of Punky area itself. And the dead body was found in the Gangaganj field. And we do understand that there was a stir in the area due to the dead body being found in that populated area itself. Viewers, we're getting in various voices on this big story. That we'll listen into those and then we'll get you all the breaking updates.
ये थाना पंकी क्षेत्रांतर्गत कंगालगंज क्षेत्र पड़ता है। आज सुबह एक सूचना कंट्रोल रूम को मिली थी कि एक युवक जिसकी उम्र लगभग 26 साल है, उसका मृत शरीर फांसी का जो ऊंचा वाला क्षेत्र है वहाँ पर पड़ा हुआ है। जैसे ही सूचना मिली है तत्काल पुलिस मौके पर आई। ये थाना पंकी क्षेत्रांतर्गत कंगालगंज क्षेत्र पड़ता है। आज सुबह एक सूचना कंट्रोल रूम को मिली थी कि एक युवक जिसकी उम्र लगभग 26 साल है, उसका मृत शरीर फांसी का जो ऊंचा वाला क्षेत्र है वहाँ पर पड़ा हुआ है। जैसे ही सूचना मिली है तत्काल पुलिस मौके पर आई है। हम लोगों ने इसमें जांच कर इसमें पोस्टमार्टम के लिए बॉडी को पंचायत भवन भिजवा दिया है। तहरीर लेकर हम लोग मुकदमा पंजीकृत कर रहे हैं और इसमें लोगों से भी हम लोग पूछताछ कर रहे हैं और बहुत सारी चीजें निकल के आ रही हैं। जल्दी इसका नामकरण किया जाएगा। अभी तक हमारी जो फॉरेंसिक टीम है वो मौके पर।
अभी तक किसी की गिरफ्तारी या कुछ इस तरीके की कार्रवाई अभी तक कोई?
देखिए, अभी जिस तरह से लोगों से स्थानीय लोगों से पूछताछ हुई है उसमें कुछ लोगों को पूछताछ के लिए हम लोगों ने हिरासत में लिया है। उनसे पूछताछ के आधार पर जो भी आगे की चीजें निकल जाएंगे आपके साथ।
So there you have it, viewers. We got in the reaction from the police officials as well as far as this shocking incident is concerned. Let me also bring in my colleague Piyush Ori, who's been tracking this story from the ground. Piyush, tell us more about this shocking incident where a man is now crushed to death. And of course, the police is investigating into the matter, but the body was found at a populated area as well. Break down the details of this entire incident that has come to light from Kanpur now, Piyush.
Has come from a very populated area of Kanpur, where this person, who has been identified as 38-year-old Pappu, who was working in an industrial area in Kanpur, was crushed to death. In fact, so painful was his death that what we have been told is that he was beaten with bricks on his head, which resulted in his death. Now, his body was found in the Punky area of Kanpur in the fields, following which many people also protested over this very shocking incident, saying that his death could have been avoided had there been police presence. But nevertheless, now the police has swung into action and the hunt for the murderers of Pappu is on, and we hope that the Kanpur police may make arrest in this case soon. Back to the studio.
Of course, Piyush Ori getting us the updates as far as this shocking incident of a Kanpur murder that is, of course, being investigated by the authorities is concerned. Thank you, Piyush, for joining us and getting us those details.
In Madhya Pradesh's Ratlam, a massive fire engulfed 3 plastic factories in the wee hours of Friday. The fire that initially broke out in one factory soon spread to the second unit wall and later engulfed the third factory too. Reports suggest nearly 7 fire tenders and top police officials were rushed to the spot in a bid to douse the fire. While number of casualties remain yet to be ascertained, goods worth lakhs of rupees were destroyed by the raging blaze. A probe is now underway to determine the cause of the fire. Bureau Report for Republic TV.
And cutting across now, viewers, to some more breaking updates. As far as Suvendu Adhikari is concerned, who has now tweeted, and I quote, "Welcome Education Minister of India's decision to constitute a joint review mission to review the implementation of the central sponsored scheme, Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman." And he has also stated that in West Bengal, the West Bengal government's been using this scheme as a propaganda tool all along, and that it is time that they are exposed. So these are big breaking updates as far as the tweet that has been sent out by Suvendu Adhikari is concerned, who has hit out against the Chief Minister, in fact, the entire government machinery of West Bengal as well. And he has stated that this was in fact being used, a scheme that was being used as a propaganda tool all along. And he has also stated that it is time that they are exposed. In fact, we do see that we are in fact getting various reactions to this story as well. But this is the latest as far as Suvendu Adhikari is concerned, who has hit out against the Bengal government and has stated that the particular scheme is being used as a propaganda tool. He has also spoken about how the Education Ministry of India decision to constitute a joint review mission to review the implementation of the central sponsored scheme, Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman. And he has stated that we are welcoming this decision by the Education Ministry of India, but of course has also made an attack on the West Bengal government machinery and the entire government, and has stated that this scheme was being used as a propaganda time and time again, and that he's also stated it is high time that they are also exposed on the same. Of course, we will be getting you all the latest as far as the reactions are also concerned on this big statement coming to light from Suvendu Adhikari, who has taken a very pointed attack against the West Bengal government machinery. And let me also bring in my colleague Ishan Dev, who's been tracking this story from our sister channel Republic Bangla. Ishan Dev, it's over to you. Tell us more about this tweet that has been sent out by Suvendu Adhikari, who has made a very pointed attack at the West Bengal government and has also welcomed Education Ministry of India's decision to constitute, in fact, a joint review mission. But speak to us about the attack that he has also made on the West Bengal government machinery.
Priyanka, this is the situation in which Suvendu Adhikari has made this tweet. Suvendu Adhikari has tweeted the notification which has come to surface. The notification has been published by the Central Education Ministry, and the Education Ministry has constituted a joint review team to review the situation of the implementation of PM Poshan scheme in West Bengal. You know, Priyanka, that we from Republic Bangla are constantly showing the people of the country, we are showing the people of the state that how the situation of the implementation of this PM Poshan scheme or the midday meal scheme is there in the schools of West Bengal. And as you know, that the union government has urged the state government to implement very strictly the guidelines given by the PM Poshan scheme. And as the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has also announced actually that the quality of midday meals in the schools are going to be increased. So after that, what is the situation there? Whether there is actually any change in the quality of the meals, whether chicken has been added to the menu, or whether the fruits are being served as a midday meal. We are reviewing the situation from Republic Bangla almost every day, and every morning this kinds of incidents, these kinds of situations are coming to our knowledge. We are getting the videos from different schools. In most of the schools, we can see that there is no change in the quality of the food yet, and in many cases there are very unhygienic quality of food being served. We have shown all those things also. And at this point of time, the union government takes the state The
Well,
Indian
absolutely,
government,
Ishandev. In fact, what you are saying right now, the visuals of which are we putting out on our screens as well for our viewers. But if you could also specifically talk about this particular statement by Suvendu Adhikari, who has now stated that this scheme was being used as a propaganda tool by the West Bengal government machinery. Speak to us a little bit about that and how this attack is also that we see that is pointed towards Mamata Banerjee government as well, as to how the entire machinery was using this scheme for propaganda purposes. What does he mean by that there? And if you could expand upon that.
Yes, Priyanka, Suvendu Adhikari, what Suvendu Adhikari has said that this implementation of the scheme is being used as a propaganda tool by Mamata Banerjee. This claim or this allegation of Suvendu Adhikari is being supported by other opposition parties in West Bengal also. They are also saying that the panchayat elections are ahead in West Bengal. Probably in the month of April or in the month of May, the panchayat elections will happen here in West Bengal. And before that, this is a propaganda tool for Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. She is declaring that in the government schools, the quality of the meal is going to be increased. But the ground reality is something different. The ground reality shows in many cases there are unhygienic meals being served, and the quality has not changed in most cases. And at this point of time, such a review team has been formed by the union government. And you know that in case of the implementation of another central scheme, that is the PM Awas Yojana, the central government has got many allegations, many allegations of corruption throughout West Bengal. That's why they have set up teams to review the implementation of that scheme in West Bengal also. And now another thing comes, the implementation of PM Poaching Yojana will also be reviewed by the joint review team set up by the Education Ministry. Priyanka.
Right. All right. Ishandev Chatterjee there getting us the updates as far as this latest tweet by Suvendu Adhikari is concerned, who has hit out against the West Bengal government machinery and has stated that the entire state government had been using these schemes as a propaganda tool and that this is high time that they are exposed as well. This is a big statement coming to light from Suvendu Adhikari. We will be tracking this story and getting you all the reactions through the day as well. For the moment, we move on to some news and brief. On a day when President Joe Biden and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida held a wide-ranging talks at the White House, the two administrations also sealed an agreement to bolster the US-Japanese cooperation in space with the signing ceremony at NASA's Washington headquarters.
The framework agreement that we're about to sign will take our cooperation to new heights. It'll strengthen our partnership in areas like research on space technology and transportation, robotic lunar surface missions, climate-related missions, and our shared ambition to see a Japanese astronaut on the lunar surface.
European officials and Swedish King Carl XVI Gustaf inaugurated the EU's first mainland orbital launch complex on Friday during a visit to Sweden by members of the European Commission, the 27-nation bloc's executive arm.
Small satellites, we've heard it, are also important, of importance for our security. Today we know that the brave Ukrainian forces effectively uses small satellites to track the movements of Russian troops. And because of this growing importance overall, many topics that I couldn't touch upon today, the Commission will make a proposal for an EU space strategy for security and defense. The aim is to improve the resilience of the European space infrastructure and strengthen our shared European capabilities.
Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut, in fact, described a protest by Kurds in the central Stockholm, where an effigy of Turkey's president was hung from a lamppost as a racist act and a hate crime, further adding that Sweden would not be able to get away with a simple condemnation of the incident. after Russia claimed that its forces captured the fiercely contested salt mining town of Soledar in what would mark a rare victory for the Kremlin. After a series of setbacks on its war in Ukraine, the United Nations Security Council discussed the war crimes at hands of Russia.
Today, I'm asking members of the Council to join us in urging Russia to scale up cooperation immediately. As we work to contain the ripple effect of Russia's war, we must also be laser focused on the horrors happening in Ukraine on the ground.
With the rain-soaked California expected to see several more rounds of stormy weather over the weekend and into the next week, and state and federal officials pleaded with the residents to stay alert to the possibility of more flooding and damage.
We have now experienced multiple large and damaging storm systems, and there are more on the way. These storms continue to be dangerous and dynamic and pose a threat to communities throughout the state of California. We've experienced destructive flooding of homes and infrastructure, levee breaches and overtopping, mudslides, hurricane-force winds in many of our communities, and even had a tornado touchdown in Northern California.
Time now here for a short break, viewers. Coming up on the other side, battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress move their councillors as poaching fears loom large. And 6 Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal. Getting you all the updates after a short commercial break.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirvay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic 47.3%, 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here?
Welcome back, viewers. Shifting our focus to what's really happening in Joshimath. Now, cracks on walls, buildings, roads, Uttarakhand's town Joshimath is sinking. Now, ISRO recently studied the area of Joshimath through its satellite-based remote sensing technology and revealed that the slow subsidence was recorded in the area over a period of 7 months. Further report, in fact, also stated that the town may sink completely. Here's all that you need to know about what's really happening in Joshimath.
Joshimath is sinking. Houses are on the verge of collapsing and residents are being evacuated. As the residents continue to be baffled by the widening cracks, ISRO released an alarming report. The report revealed Joshimath sank 5.4 centimeter in a matter of 12 days.
According to the images released by ISRO, that's Indian Space Research Organization, there is a rapid subsidence in Joshimath. Let me tell you, if you talk about the rapid subsidence which has been reported in last 12 days, that is said to be 5.4 centimeter. And if we talk about past 7 months, from April to November, it has been reported that it was 9 centimeter. On the other hand, let me tell you, the report also says that the crown of subsidence is near Oli and Joshimath Road.
As alarming as it gets, ISRO report also revealed that the entire Joshimath may sink completely. These satellite images on your screen shows the most affected part of Joshimath. For the people of Joshimath, it's about their livelihood, which is on the verge of collapse. The residents of Joshimath are emotional as they watch their city sink in front of their eyes. Tilting, cracking houses marked with red crosses and identified for demolition made these residents hit the streets. Assuring the affected families of immediate evacuation, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Singh announced interim relief.
आपदा आना एक प्राकृतिक आपदा है और किसी एक कारण से आपदा नहीं आई है जी, और उस पर भी बात चल रही है, लेकिन आगे हम प्लानिंग के साथ पूरे विधिवत तरीके से जो सबसे अच्छा पैकेज हो सकता है, जो सबसे अच्छा रास्ता हो सकता है, उस रास्ते को हम लोग अख्तियार करेंगे। यहाँ के लोगों की सहायता करेंगे। इस समय में हम हर तरीके से जोशीमठ के लोगों के साथ खड़े हैं, पूरी सरकार खड़ी है।
People from Joshimath have been living in fear. The recent rain has widened the cracks and shaken people's hope. Over 600 people evacuated as the ground beneath their feet has started sinking due to the rain. Lines of destruction, wails of cry. Sinking Joshimath is hanging on the thread of hope. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Time now here for a short break, viewers. Coming up on the other side, more grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe. Delhi police likely to file a charge sheet soon.
Republic 47.3%. 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया, उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं, उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General
रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया, उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं, उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirvay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic 47.3%, 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें
Thank you for staying with Republic viewers. I'm Priyanka Sharma. We are live in breaking and getting you all the updates from across the country in this next 1 hour. Starting with what's really happening with the Joshimath. But first up, let's take a look at the headline. Battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress move their councillors as poaching fear looms large. 6 Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata bound train in North Bengal. BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh under the ED lens summoned in connection with the COVID-19 irregularities case. More grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe. Delhi police likely to file the charge sheet soon. Missing cricketer Rajshri found hanging in Cuttack. Police say probe underway. Starting up now, viewers, with the Uttarakhand's town Joshimath that is in fact sinking. Now cracks on walls, buildings, roads and now highway continue to baffle the residents. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami announced interim relief package for the affected families. Remember, in fact, that the ISRO report which stated that Joshimath may entirely sink as well, and that is why we see those heartbreaking images of the residents standing there watching their entire life also go down, and we see how the entirely sunk report that was also sent in by ISRO as well. Let me also go across to our correspondents on the ground who have been tracking this story very closely for us. Let me bring in Anamika, I believe, who's joining us on the broadcast. Anamika, it's over to you. Please tell us more about how the entire probe that is also being carried out, how in fact Pushkar Singh Dhami had also stated that there will be compensation given to people as well. It's over to you. Show us the visuals, what's really happening there and how really are the residents really dealing with this entire, issue.
देखिए, इस वक्त जोशीमठ में 4 तस्वीरें ऐसी हैं जिसको लेकर के लगातार चर्चाएं चल रही हैं। पहला तो ये कि जिस तरीके से जोशीमठ में दरारों के बाद विस्थापन हो रहा है, परिवार जो है जोशीमठ के उन रिहायशी इलाकों से निकलकर, उन कॉलोनी से निकलकर यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं और अपना सामान लेकर के दर दर भटकने को मजबूर है। कुछ जगहों पे इन्हें स्थान मिल जा रहा है सामान रखने के लिए, खुद रहने के लिए, परिवार को रोकने के लिए, कुछ जगहों पे स्थान नहीं मिल पा रहा है। तो एक ऐसी फैमिली यहाँ पर आई हुई है, देखिए यहाँ पर कि जिस तरीके से यहाँ पर इनका पूरा सामान आ गया है, अपने सामान को स्टोर कर रहे हैं, ये घर खाली कर चुके हैं वहाँ से और अब सोच रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से ये वक्त गुजरे ताकि चीजें नॉर्मल हो पाए और ये अपने घर में वापस लौट पाए अगर घर बचा रह गया तो। दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि यहाँ पे इसरो की ओर से जो रिपोर्ट जारी की गई है जिसमें कहा गया है कि बीते 12 दिनों में यानी 27 दिसंबर से 4 जनवरी के बीच में यहाँ पे जोशीमठ में नरसिंह मंदिर से लेकर के जो हेलीपैड है सेना का वो तक 5.4 सेंटीमीटर नीचे धंस चुका है। तो उसको लेकर के ये कहा गया कि ये पूरा का पूरा इलाका जो है ये संवेदनशील क्षेत्र की श्रेणी में आता है जहां पर कभी भी कोई हादसा हो सकता है, जिसको लेकर के सरकार भी अलर्ट है। जो लोग विस्थापित कर रहे हैं यहाँ से उनको सरकार की ओर से मुआवजे की बात की जा रही है, उनको किराया देने की बात कही गई है। 6 महीने तक इनको किराया दिया जाएगा, इसके बाद इनके विस्थापन को लेकर के भी जो है मुआवजा देने की बात सरकार की ओर से कही जा रही है। लेकिन दूसरी ओर ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि जो एनटीपीसी प्रोजेक्ट है उसको भी लेकर तमाम शिकायतें सामने आ रही हैं, क्योंकि जो यहाँ के लोग हैं वो ये मानते हैं कि इसको लेकर के जो एनटीपीसी प्रोजेक्ट है वो बहुत हद तक जिम्मेदार है। तो मेरे दाहिने हाथ पे तस्वीर देखिए आपकी एनटीपीसी प्रोजेक्ट की उसी इकाई की है जो बिल्कुल जोशीमठ के किनारे चल रहा है काम। हालांकि एक्सपर्ट्स अपनी राय क्या देते हैं जोशीमठ की भूदशाओं को लेकर ये देखने वाली बात होगी, लेकिन फिलहाल स्थानीय लोग ये मानते हैं कि जिस तरीके से टनल में काम हो रहा है, चट्टानों को तोड़ा जा रहा है, ब्लास्ट हो रहे हैं, उसकी वजह से जोशीमठ का बेस कमजोर हो रहा है। तो वही दूसरी और जो आपदा प्रबंधन के लोग हैं वो ये कह रहे हैं कि चट्टानों से जो पानी रिस रहा है उसकी वजह से जोशीमठ का जो बेस है वो कमजोर हो गया है। 723 परिवार ऐसे हैं जिनको लेकर के साफ तौर पर ऐलान हो चुका है कि वो रेड जोन में आते हैं, लिहाजा या तो खुद शिफ्ट करें या प्रशासन की ओर से चेतावनी जारी कर दी गई है कि उनको शिफ्ट किया जाएगा। चौथी महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि जिस तरीके से 2 होटल जो एक दूसरे से लगे हुए हैं बिल्कुल मुड़ गए हैं, स्ट्रक्चर उनका बिल्कुल टेढ़ा हो गया है, उनको गिराने की जो प्रक्रिया है वो भी चल रही है। तो वहां पर यह कहा गया कि वहां ब्लास्ट ना करके टुकड़ों में ही उस बिल्डिंग को हटाया जाएगा। तो जो होटल मलारी और होटल माउंट व्यू दोनों को ही गिराने की बात यहाँ पे प्रशासन की की ओर से ऐलान कर दिया गया है, वहां पे काम शुरू भी हो गया है। टॉप फ्लोर जो है फिलहाल वहां पे शैडोज का उतार दिया गया है। प्रयास ये किया जा रहा है कि ऐसे बिल्डिंग को तोड़ा जाए ताकि जो आसपास के घर है वो प्रभावित ना हो, इसलिए बहुत ही स्लो काम किया जा रहा है। खुद जो वहां पे टीम काम कर रही है एसडीआरएफ की, एनडीआरएफ की, उन लोगों का ये कहना है कि अभी फिलहाल जो है वहां पर जो है उसको लेकर के भी 12-15 दिन लग जाएंगे चीजों को वहां पर ठीक होने में। दूसरी ओर जो मौसम है वो भी देखिए आप, जो पहाड़ी दिखा रही हूं मैं आपको, वहां पर बर्फ गिरी हुई है। तो जहां पे एक तरफ औली में बर्फ गिर रही है, जोशीमठ में बारिश हो रही है, तो इस बिगड़ते मौसम ने भी यहाँ के लोगों की चिंता बढ़ा दी है, क्योंकि लोग ये मानते हैं कि अगर बारिश होती है यहाँ पर तो भू धसाव और बढ़ेगा, यहाँ पे दरारें और बढ़ेंगी, जमीन और खिसकेगी, यानी कि मौसम की जो मार है वो भी जोशीमठ पर दिखाई देने लगेगी। तो लोग ये मानते हैं कि अगर बारिश हो गई एक बार, दो बार, तीन बार और, तो जोशीमठ में जो घर है दरार से बचे हुए उनमें भी दरारें आ जाएंगी। फिलहाल यहाँ पे जोशीमठ में जो स्थिति है वो बेहद चिंताजनक है। इसरो की ओर से जो रिपोर्ट जारी की गई है उसमें भी चिंता जाहिर की गई है। जो प्रशासन और सरकार अपना काम कर रही है, पुष्कर सिंह धामी कल खुद परसों से लेकर के कल तक यहाँ पे डेरा डाले हुए थे और लगातार लोगों से बातचीत कर रहे थे, मुआवजे की बात कर रहे थे। और देखिए यहाँ पर एक के बाद एक आपको ट्रक दिखाई देंगे, ये वही ट्रक है जो अपने लगेज को लेकर के परिवार यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं। इनके पास कोई विकल्प नहीं है, दर्द इतना है कि इनसे बात करो तो इनकी आंखें डबडबा जाती हैं। ये कहते हैं कि तिनका संजोग कर जो घर बनाया, जो परिवार बसाया, अब उस सामान को लेकर के हम दर दर भटकने को मजबूर है। कुछ लोगों को यहाँ पे नगर पालिका का जो ऑफिस है वहां पे रोका गया है, कुछ लोगों को हॉस्पिटल में रोका गया है, कुछ लोगों को प्राइमरी स्कूल में जगह दी गई है, लेकिन ये व्यवस्थाएं इनके लिए ना काफी है, क्योंकि घर में बुजुर्ग हैं, महिलाएं हैं, बच्चे हैं, प्रेग्नेंट महिलाएं हैं, उन सबको लेकर के दर दर भटकने को मजबूर है जोशीमठ के लोग। साथ ही जो दर्द है इनका वो ये भी इस बात को लेकर के है कि अब भी कुछ तय नहीं है कि फिलहाल ये चीजें कब तक नॉर्मल हो जाएंगी और कब तक इन लोगों को इस चीज से राहत मिल सकेगी। बैक टू स्टूडियो।
जी बिल्कुल अनामिका, thank you for getting us that detailed ground report, and of course viewers, we have our colleagues camped out there in Joshimath getting you minute to minute update as to how the residents are also dealing with this entire situation. Let's take a look at these reports that were filed by my colleague Anuj earlier, and then we'll get you breaking updates from Joshimath.
We are reporting from Joshimath, showing you the ground zero report and what is exactly happening on the ground. The administration is keeping a very tight eye and keeping a very close vision that what exactly has to be done and how it has to be done. There I can see the drone, and I'll ask my video journalist to give you the sense from here. As you know that the survey is going on. This has been done by the local administration. Even the chief minister is keeping a very tight eye on the ground that what exactly the situation is. There you can see the survey which is being done by the drone. As this is more than 700 families who has been already evacuated. We have seen the property where the dismantling process has already started, and at this point in time this is the survey which is going on by the drone. We can see this is to keep everything very tight and in the vision that what exactly is happening. There you can see the relief material which is being prepared to give it to the people, the affected people. Sir, आप लोग ये relief material के साथ हैं, administration से हैं आप लोग? We'll try and understand if we'll get a sense that what exactly is this. Sir, आप बात कर सकते हैं? बता सकते हैं ये क्या रिलीफ मटेरियल है, कैसे?
नहीं, ये तो जो तुम्हारी टीम में है, आप कर लो।
So these are not the proper authority to talk. So we were giving you the visual of the drone. We have shown you how the drone is being used now, and this is the survey which is being done by the drone now. More trouble for the people of Joshimath. On one side, they have been asked to leave their houses. They have been evacuated. On the other hand, this is the water crisis which is being seen by the people of Joshimath now. I am reporting from Singh area of Joshimath, which is one of the most affected area. And now there is a problem of water crisis, what we have been told. Because of the subsidence, the water pipes is not working properly, and the supply of the water has been already stopped. And because of that, this is the water crisis which is happening at the Joshimath, at this particular area from where I am reporting. पानी की भैया अब बताया जा रहा है कि बहुत परेशानी हो रही है, क्योंकि जो खिसकने की वजह से दरारें जो आई थी, पाइप में पानी नहीं है। कब से नहीं आ रहा है?
कल से।
कल से?
हाँ।
2-3 दिन हो गए पानी नहीं आता।
हाँ 2-3 दिन हो गए।
तो फिर कैसे आप लोग अभी कर रहे हैं? कहाँ से लाते हैं पानी?
उधर उधर गगी लाता है, दूर दूर जाते हैं, उधर सिंगदार में।
अच्छा, तो अभी सरकार की तरफ से भी टैंकर भेजे जा रहे हैं? सरकार की तरफ से भी टैंकर आ रहे हैं?
हाँ, ये तो भुना।
जी बताइए, पानी की क्या समस्या हो रही है अभी?
पानी को तो बहुत मुश्किल है, पानी नहीं हो गया तो कैसे चलता है?
पाइपों में नहीं आ रहा, नलों में
हाँ,
नहीं आ रहा?
नहीं आ रहा, उधर से धारा से लेके खाता है।
धारा से वो जो पहाड़ से आता है?
हाँ, वही पानी है।
अच्छा, कोई वैसे सरकारी मदद भी आ रही है टैंकर के थ्रू?
आया था, एक बार शाम को आता है, एक बार सुबह आता है।
बस एक बार आता है सुबह और शाम को, लेकिन पानी की बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही है।
हाँ, वही तो, कोई लोग भरते हैं, कोई लोग देता नहीं देता है।
अच्छा, आप भी यही सिंगदार से हैं भैया? तो ये पानी की परेशानी के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, लोग बता रहे थे सर।
इनके यहाँ तो पानी वैसे भी नहीं है, ये तो धारे से भरते हैं यहाँ पे सामने।
अच्छा, लेकिन पानी की यहाँ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है?
हाँ, पानी की प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ, 2 दिन से पानी नहीं है बोल रहे।
2 दिन से?
टाइम टू टाइम आता है, सुबह टू शाम।
अच्छा,
मस्त।
लेकिन पानी की प्रॉब्लम जो
पानी की प्रॉब्लम है।
तो कुछ गवर्नमेंट से टैंकर वगैरह आ रहे हैं? कुछ
टैंकर आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा,
टैंकर टाइम टू टाइम आ रहे हैं ना।
अच्छा,
अब टैंकर भी ये है कि कितने टैंकर है इनके पास, कितनी जगह जगह सप्लाई कर रहे हैं। और जगह भी तो होगी प्रॉब्लम, जब बैठा हुआ सब जगह है तो सब जगह के अब तक पाइप टूटे होंगे, बड़े पाइपलाइन आ रहे हैं जो उनमें नजर आ रहा है, वो भी हो सकता है, मिट्टी आ गई हो, काफी चीजों का वो है।
This exactly is the problem which is being faced by the people of Joshimath, as they were telling us. This is Singhdar from where I am reporting. This is the water crisis what they are facing at this point in time. On one side, this is they have the condition which is very much visible, how they are living in their houses with those cracks and everything. On one side, they have been evacuated, but the people who are left over here, who are still staying here, is going through the water crisis because of the subsidence which could be clearly seen. With video journalist Surendra Shah, Manoj, and this is Republic.
Well, there you have it, viewers. These various ground reports that really tell us what exactly is the reality there in Joshimath, as the residents helplessly and heartbreakingly watch as their entire houses are also bearing these cracks. And of course, the ISRO reports also saying that this will be sinking. And of course, we are tracking for you all the latest as far as the Chief Minister is concerned, who has also announced that there will be compensation that will be given to these residents as well. This is one of the top stories that we will be tracking for you for the moment. Moving on to some other. And moving on to some news in brief, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that the national investigating agencies will take over the probe into the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri. Remember, 5 civilians were killed in Rajouri after gunmen barged into their houses on January the 1st. The second day, 2 children died in an IED explosion in the same area. The Enforcement Directorate summoned the chief of the BMC, Iqbal Singh Chahal, in connection with the COVID center allotment case. The case was registered by the BJP leader Kirit Somaiya against the Shiv Sena UP team MP Sanjay Raut's close aide Sujit Patkar. Ahead of Chandigarh mayoral polls, poaching fears are looming large, and BJP has moved their councillors to Haryana. Aam Aadmi Party to Ropar, and Congress on the other hand rushed its councillors to Kasauli. However, with Congress announcing that it will abstain from voting, it is fight between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party now. Delhi police conducted post-mortem analysis of 23 bones of Shraddha Walkar. Post-mortem analysis that took place in AIIMS on Tuesday has now revealed that the bones were cut with a saw. Furthermore, Delhi police is likely to file the charge sheet in Saket Court by the last week of January. In a big development in the paper leak scam case, the Ashok Gehlot-led Rajasthan government on Saturday initiated a bulldozer action against the suspect. The Alwar residence of Bhupendra Saran, who is the main accused in the scam, has been razed down by the state government. This comes a week after the Jaipur Development Authority sent a notice to Saran over the illegal encroachment of the land. A guard on duty was shot dead in broad daylight in the national capital. The extremely appalling money heist case at an ATM caught on CCTV camera installed inside. The incident was reported on 10th of January in Delhi's Wazirabad area. Reports suggest 2 armed men entered the ATM and loot around 11 lakh rupees from a man who came to deposit the amount in the bank. The Railway Protection Force apprehended 6 Bangladeshi nationals from a Kolkata-bound train in Alipurduar in northern West Bengal for allegedly entering into India illegally. According to the railway officials, the accused were travelling from Tripura's Agartala to Kolkata's Tilda station, where they were arrested. Rajshri Swain, a 26-year-old woman cricketer in Odisha, was found hanging from a tree inside a dense forest in Cuttack district on Friday. She was missing since January 11th. A case of unnatural death has been registered and a probe is now underway. The Nationalist Congress Party MPs from Lakshadweep, Mohammad Faisal, has been disqualified as Lok Sabha member after the lawmaker, along with 3 others, were sentenced to a 10-year rigorous imprisonment in connection with an attempt to murder case filed in 2009. Sharad Yadav's mortal remains have been taken to his native village Ankhmau in the Hoshangabad district of Madhya Pradesh in a chartered plane on Saturday morning. The cremation will be performed at 1 p.m. In his political life spanning nearly 5 decades, Sharad Yadav served as a union minister, convener of the National Democratic Alliance and the president of the Janata Dal United. Now, shifting our focus to the national capital, viewers, where in fact a hand grenade has been recovered from 2 suspects in Delhi. The duo have been arrested from Delhi's Jahangirpuri area. Now, both the suspects, Jagjit and Naushad, were arrested by the special cell of Delhi police from Jahangirpuri. And yesterday, the Patiala House Court. In the latest development, in fact, the arrested accused produced in the court and 14 days police custody remand was also obtained by the authorities. And we're also being given to understand that the traces of human blood have also been found by the FSL team. So these are shocking details that we're putting out on your screens from the national capital, where in fact the case was under probe with respect to the hand grenade that had been recovered from the 2 suspects in Delhi. This, of course, happened in the Jahangirpuri area as well. And, of course, the police custody, the remand for that, has also been granted by the court for up to 14 days. And there will be an investigation by the authorities into this entire hand grenade that had been recovered by the 2 suspects in Delhi. This, of course, once again happened in the Jahangirpuri area as well. Let me also bring in my colleague Piyush Ori, who's been on the ground and tracking this story for us. Piyush, tell us more about what really went on inside of the courtroom when the remand was being sought for. What were some of the details that you can share with our viewers as far as the hand grenade that had been recovered and the 2 suspects that are in custody of the authorities right now?
So yes, this is a very important development, and I just want to tell you that there were 2 suspects that were arrested by the Delhi Police Special Cell. One was identified as Naushad. Now he was arrested from Udham Singh Nagar of Uttarakhand. And the second person was identified as Jagjit Singh Jassa. Now he was arrested from Jahangirpuri. Now Naushad was a person who has been identified to have his association with a group named as Harkatul Ansar, whereas Jagjit Singh Jassa is a person who has been found to be having his links with Bambiha gang. Now this is a very important development because this shows that perhaps the gangsters and the jihadists are now forming a link to form activities that are against the national interest. In a shocking development again, which has been revealed by the Delhi police, is that there were also some hand grenades that were found. And what exactly these groups were trying to do was that they were trying to disrupt the kind of peace activities in the national capital, which is preparing itself for the Republic Day. So yes, this is a very major development, and now with the 14-day custody which has been taken of these people, it is going to be interesting to watch that how many more revelations are going to come forward and how many more groups and gangsters are involved in the anti-national activities. So yes, interesting developments ahead. Back to you in the studio.
That being said, of course, Piyush, it becomes extremely more important to track because this is happening so close to the Republic Day, as you also pointed out for our viewers. Of course, the investigation is also going to be conducted by the investigating authorities. Since now 14 days of remand that has been granted by the court, and the authorities will be investigating and interrogating these two suspects that had been taken into custody from the Jahangirpuri area of the national capital. Viewers, this is another big story that we will be tracking for you, and for the moment, let's take a look at this one-minute report.
Enforcement Directorate has summoned the BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh Chahal over the irregularities in the COVID-19 Jumbo Center case. Economic Offences Wing of Mumbai Police is carrying out an investigation in the irregularities in COVID-19 Jumbo Center case. Now the Enforcement Directorate is carrying out a parallel investigation in this matter. As far as the case is concerned, it is being said that illegal contracts were given to the Lifeline Hospital, which is owned and operated by Sujit Patkar, one of the close aide of Sanjay Raut. Now the Federal Probe Agency is also parallelly investigating this matter. Reporting from Mumbai with video journalist Sameer Sandeep Singh for Republic TV.
All right, cutting across to some breaking updates, viewers. Jammu and Kashmir government directs all deputy commissioners to remove encroachment on state, including the Roshni land, or in fact, this is being said that the encroachment on the state, including the Roshni land, needs to be removed by January 31st, 2023. And these are the updates that we are putting out on your screens as far as the decision by the Jammu and Kashmir government is concerned, that has now directed all the deputy commissioners to remove the encroachment on the state, including the Roshni land. And the deadline for this has been given till 31st of January 2023. Let me also bring in my colleague Gursimran, who's tracking this story for us. Gursimran, it's over to you. Please speak to us a little bit more about the Jammu and Kashmir government's direction to all the deputy commissioners to remove the encroachment on the state. Now, this is also including the Roshni land. So please extrapolate this decision that has been taken by the Jammu and Kashmir government.
See, the circular has been distributed among all the deputy commissioners by Vidhi Kumar Birdi, who is the commissioner secretary to the government revenue department. And in the directions, it has been clearly said that before 31st of January, all the state encroachment that is on the Roshni land and the Kachrai land, they both need to be removed. And for that, an action plan needs to be drafted by the deputy commissioners. The ADC, the additional deputy commissioner, will be the nodal officer, and by 4 p.m. every day, the deputy commissioners will be submitting a report to the government of Jammu and Kashmir. So the action will be taking place on the daily basis. Important to mention that Kachrai land is the land that is for the grazing and has been occupied, illegally grabbed by many people here in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And also the Roshni land, the Roshni scam that came into fore, after which the Roshni land distribution was declared null and void by the Jammu and Kashmir High Court, and a CBI probe is already underway. Names of many politicians, bureaucrats have already emerged, be it from the National Conference, Congress, or from the PDP. And now the directions have been passed that before 31st of January, all the illegal encroachments needs to be removed. That means in next coming 17 days, there will be a massive anti-encroachment drive across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, where the illegal encroachers will be thrown out and the state land will be now back again with the state, and that can later be used for the developmental purpose. There is thousands of acres of land, be it in the Roshni or the Kachrai land, that is under these illegal encroachers. And despite certain rulings by the honorable courts, there was no action that was taken. But now the Jammu and Kashmir government seems to be in action, and 17 days deadline have been given to all 20 deputy commissioners and divisional commissioners, both of Jammu and Kashmir. They have also been asked to monitor this anti-encroachment drive that will begin, and by 4 in the evening, every deputy commissioner has to submit the report. Priyanka.
All right. Thank you, Gursimran, for getting us those updates as far as Jammu and Kashmir government machinery's decision is concerned, that we are also putting out on our screens for the encroachment land to be worked upon. And of course, as Gursimran was also pointing out, that there will be specific land, that is the Roshni land or the Kachari land, in fact, as well, that will be focused upon. We will be tracking more on this story, but for the moment, slipping into a very short break. And bringing you details on the other side of the battle for Chandigarh that has intensified. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress moved their councillors as the poaching fears loom large. And also 6 Bangladeshi nationals who entered into India illegally nabbed from the Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal. Getting you all the updates after a short break.
Step into luxury, where grace blends with grandeur and design blends with innovation. As your stress is washed away and you're transported in the lap of luxury. Queue European bath lounges. Let time wait.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर, एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
आप रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirbhay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic 47.3%, 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर, एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
The headlines at this hour: Battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress move their councillors as poaching fears loom large. Six Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal. BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh under ED lens summoned in connection with COVID-19 irregularities case. More grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe. Delhi police likely to file charge sheet soon.
Missing cricketer Rajshri Swain found hanging in Cuttack. Police say probe underway. Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking on Republic. I'm Rukma with you, and we start off by telling you about Delhi's Auto Expo. After a hiatus of 3 years, the Expo is back for 2023. From new launches to future concepts, the Auto Expo this year has it all in store for you and more. Here's a detailed report. Take a look.
Electric cars and bikes hogged on the first day of India's Auto Expo 2023. The mega automobile show is back in the capital city, Greater Noida, after 3 years having hit by COVID pandemic. Auto Expo 2023 was officially inaugurated at the India Expo Mart in Greater Noida by Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, and Mahendra Nath Pandey, Union Minister for Heavy Industries. The show opened with the global premiere of Suzuki Motor Corporation concept electric SUV, which is slated to hit the market by 2025. After years of waiting and hoping, Maruti has finally revealed the 5-door chimney for India. 4 years after the legendary Gypsy was discontinued, Maruti is getting back into the off-roader scene to take on the latest version of its long-time rival, the Mahindra Thar.
This 4x4, boxy in its feel, offers a very sturdy grip, and that is what it promises, that it can go through and navigate through the toughest of terrains. It is currently in 7 colors is what Maruti says, monotone, and like you see, the display very much reminds you of how the other Maruti Suzuki cars are, but this is strong and sturdy and is meant for all your off-roading purposes.
The company's Indian arm, Maruti Suzuki India, is among the major manufacturers participating at the Expo. Luxury car maker Lexus, a part of the Toyota Group, unveiled its 5th generation RX Sports utility vehicle in 2 trims. The RX 350h Luxury Hybrid and the RX 500h F Sports Performance.
If you're into all style and luxury and obviously looking at a high-end car, then you want to know what Lexus is planning in the years to come. Yes, the idea is to electrify completely till 2035. That is what Lexus is thinking of, and this certainly is their showstopper. It is all luxury. You see the innovative design, and this is primarily modeled in a way where the experience would be about driving like you're in the first class of an airline. It is mimicking the first class seat of an airline. The rear seats use something called artificial muscle technology that is set to mold the seats according to the passengers. The concept is of Tazuna, and it is primarily a technology where you can do multiple tasks while you're driving. Yes, so it is an all-control vehicle, needless to say that, and while you're driving, you can perform multiple functions when you are cruising your way through this Lexus. After the LF30 is the LFZ. Now, once again, the concept is the same. Lexus is planning to go big and electrify all its vehicles by 2035. This is the dual electric motors producing 544 HP and 700 Nm of torque. The Lexus obviously is capable of top speed, and this can go up to 200 kph and a 0 to 100 kph time of 3 seconds. This is LFZ electrified, again on the Tazuna concept, and it also has noise cancellation. So once again, all power, complete control, and you can go through doing multiple functions while you're gliding your way in this LFZ electrified.
Let's hear from the expert. What's the bigger plan for the Lexus this year?
So the bigger plan of Lexus obviously is to go all electric by 2035, and that is the very statement that you're making at the Auto Expo 2023.
Sure.
The new launch obviously is the RX 500H. Tell us about this and how Lexus is now moving towards going all electric.
Sure. Thank you so much for your question. Basically, there are a few things that are unique about the new product that we are talking about. Let me first address that. This product is got two specific issues that we are trying to address for the consumer. One is about connected features. So this is the first connected car from Lexus stable. This is a crossover SUV. Crossover means that it's got the comfort of a car. At the same time, it's got the capability of an SUV. So this is the first connected vehicle. The second thing that we are trying to solve is in terms of fuel efficiency, environment. We have found that hybrid engines, self-charging battery electric vehicles produce the least emissions and best fuel efficiency. So given those things, we have tried to include those things in this new car. And of course with features like, sports technology, etc. Those are added features that we are giving for our consumers' need. We guess as we call them.
The LF30 is obviously the showstopper for Lexus this year, and I see all the crowds gathering there. You're trying to give a world-class experience through this. Describe that.
See, what happens is that auto shows typically are occasions where you can demonstrate your current and future plans. Okay, what is the brand direction? Like you said, 2035 all electric. But at the same time, all electric means what to the vehicle configuration, what it means to as far as the shape, what it means as far as the vehicle dynamics, what it means as far as the vehicle materials. These things are going to be different. It's not going to be the same as an internal combustion engine vehicle. So there'll be a different materials that will be used to make this vehicle, and the weight distribution, because there's a huge element of battery which is there at the bottom of the vehicle. So how do you handle these things vis-a-vis the vehicle dynamics, okay, are very different for battery electric vehicles. So since the brand is moving into that direction, we are now looking at these vehicles as, you may call them showstoppers, but we'd like to take some feedback on what is the current and future thinking of the consumers. And of course, it shapes the brand philosophy also in a nice way.
And now, let's put a stop to commercial vehicles and drive into the two-wheeler concept. In the two-wheeler segment, Mica unveiled its Mica for Auto Life, a two-wheeler auto rickshaw, also known as the e-rickshaw, that not only assures safety but guarantees that it will script history for auto rickshaws in the upcoming future.
The Auto Expo 2023 has plenty in store for you, from new launches to global unveilings to future concepts. Having returned after 3 years, while some car makers may have given this edition a miss, the others who returned in full force.
The first day of 16th edition of Auto Expo, the Motor Show 2023 witnessed a range of automobile launches, including some of the world's first concept vehicles. The event showcased new launches from auto industry's major players, including Maruti Suzuki, Lexus, Mica for Life, and Volvo. Meanwhile, major manufacturers such as Mahindra and Mahindra, Skoda, Volkswagen, and Nissan, along with luxury car makers like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi, are not participating this year. Bureau Report for Republic TV.
And we are getting breaking news now from Kannur. From down south, a school teacher has been arrested for molesting 26 minor girls. He is a Malappuram native and an upper primary school teacher. His name is Faisal and he has been arrested by Taliparamba police. 26 girls have revealed that they were molested by Faisal during counseling. Police say that Faisal, who was a teacher of the school, molested 26 students based on statements that were given by the students to the police. So as of now, and a POXO 21 POXO cases have been registered against Faisal as far since latest reports came in. And Ashwin joining us live. Ashwin, a shocking case of minor girls molestation coming in. The teacher apparently used to molest them during counseling sessions. What are the details that you have at this point?
What we have gathered is that 21 POXO cases have so far been registered against the teacher whose name is Faisal. He's a Malappuram native and he has been arrested by the police and has been also sent to remand. Now, what is shocking is the fact is that one teacher has done this to 26 minor girls who he has been teaching. Now, this entire ordeal was revealed as part of a counseling session which was being done by the various schools. Now, as a school, during the counseling, these children started to reveal the ordeal that they had to go through, and on further investigation, the counselors found out that 26 such children had faced similar situation from the same teacher. And soon the child line was called in, and after which the intervention of the child line, the police came in and the case has been registered. At the moment, 21 POXO cases has been registered against this teacher, which is perhaps never heard of in the recent past as well. One person has now been accused of having molested 26 minor girls, all his students. Now, more details are awaited. Certainly the parents are worried a lot. They're looking at if there are more cases that is coming out, but certainly the police has come at the right time. The counseling session that was given as part of the curriculum, where all these children were spoken to by these counselors, they had got this very crucial information which finally led to the arrest of Faisal, the teacher of the school.
Ashwin, what more details are available at this point as far as, pursuing this case against Faisal is concerned? How many days of custody has been obtained by the police? Has custody been obtained as yet? When is he likely to be presented in court? If there are any details available regarding that. Also, when it comes to the lodging of POXO cases against him, what next now after the lodging of the cases? Because statements are already there with 26 statements, in fact. 26 people's statements are with the police. So what next?
Well, the police is even now investigating this matter at the moment. The accused Faisal has been sent to 14 days of remand is what we are getting to pick up from our police sources. Now, while that is going on one side, the police is also registering these POXO cases. And the latest what we have got is 21 POXO cases has been registered. More could follow. Earlier, there were complaints that were received by the police.
5 complaints were received. Ashwin, we'll be coming back to you. But we have right now, Ashwin, I have to interrupt you here. Very sorry about this. I'll be coming back to you. Joining me now is Brinda Adige on the phone line, who is an activist. Brinda, your thoughts, your reactions to this shocking case coming in from Kannur. 26 minor girls molested, according to statements that they have given to the police.
Horrendous news. Horrendous news. But the other good news is the police have arrested this fellow. Now it is up to the courts to ensure that he is not given bail. Because once he is given bail, he will go absconding, and all the victims who will be actually needing to make that statement will not be able to do so because of this guy. So courts must not give him any kind of bail at any point of time. Kerala is known to have speeding up its POXO cases and very little acquittal cases. I hope this fellow is put in jail for life. Nothing short of life, which means nothing short of 40 years. Not 20 years like they claim, because now life expectancy is very high. So it should be nothing short of 2 life terms for this fellow.
Well, many thanks, Ms. Adige, for joining us, and also thanks to Ashwin. So, more details awaited in the case. As of now, 14 days remand for Faisal. accused of molesting 26 minor girls, 21 POXO cases lodged against him. It's now time for a very short break. More news coming up on the other side. In other news that we are tracking, BMC commissioner summoned by the Enforcement Directorate with relation to COVID management during the pandemic. And also coming up, more updates, more grisly details emerge in the Shraddha murder case. It appears that her bones were cut off with a saw. That's what the post-mortem analysis says.
Step into luxury, where grace blends with grandeur and design blends with innovation. As your stress is washed away and you're transported in the lap of luxury. Cure European bath lounges. Let time wait.
Republic 47.3%. 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India number one.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go out and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान।
More trouble for the people of Joshimath. On one side, they have been asked to leave their houses. They have been evacuated. On the other hand, this is the water crisis which is being seen by the people of Joshimath now. I am reporting from Singh area of Joshimath, which is one of the most affected area. And now there is a problem of water crisis, what we have been told. Because of the subsidence, the water pipes is not working properly, and the supply of the water has been already stopped. And because of that, this is the water crisis which is happening at the Joshimath, at this particular area from where I am reporting. पानी की भैया बताया जा रहा है कि बहुत परेशानी हो रही है, क्योंकि जो खिसकने की वजह से दरारें जो आई थी पाइप में पानी नहीं है।
पानी नहीं है।
कब से नहीं आ रहा है? कल से।
हाँ।
2-3 दिन हो गए पानी नहीं आ रहा।
हाँ, 2-3 दिन हो गए।
तो फिर कैसे आप लोग अभी कर रहे हैं? कहाँ से लाते हैं पानी?
उधर का लाता है, दूर जाते हैं उधर सिंगदार में।
इनके यहाँ तो पानी वैसे भी नहीं है, ये तो धारे से भरते हैं यहाँ पे सामने।
अच्छा, लेकिन पानी की यहाँ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है?
हाँ, पानी की प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ। 2 दिन से पानी नहीं है बोल रहे।
2 दिन से
टाइम टू टाइम आता है, सुबह टू शाम।
अच्छा, लेकिन पानी की प्रॉब्लम जो
पानी की प्रॉब्लम है।
तो कुछ गवर्नमेंट से टैंकर वगैरह आ रहे हैं? कुछ
टैंकर आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा,
टैंकर टाइम टू टाइम आ रहे हैं ना।
अच्छा,
अब टैंकर भी ये है कि कितने टैंकर है इनके पास, कितनी जगह सप्लाई कर रहे हैं। और जगह भी तो होगी प्रॉब्लम, जब बैठा हुआ सब जगह है तो सब जगह के अब तक पाइप टूटे होंगे। बड़े पाइपलाइन आ रहे हैं, जो उनमें नजर आ रहा है वो भी हो सकता है, मिट्टी आ गई हो, काफी चीजों का वो है।
Exactly is the problem which is being faced by the people of Joshimath, as they were telling us. This is Singh from where I am reporting. This is the water crisis what they are facing at this point in time. On one side, this is they have the condition which is very much visible, how they are living in their houses with those cracks and everything. On one side, they have been evacuated, but the people who are left over here, who are still staying here, is going through the water crisis because of the subsidence which could be clearly seen.
And in news after a very short break, battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress move their councillors as poaching fears loom large. And also 6 Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal.
आप रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirvay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic 47.3%, 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी
Some international news now. On a day when President Joe Biden and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida held wide-ranging talks at the White House, the two administrations also sealed an agreement to bolster US-Japan cooperation on space with a signing ceremony at NASA's Washington headquarters. European officials and Swedish King Carl XVI Gustaf inaugurated the EU's first mainland orbital launch complex on Friday during a visit to Sweden by members of the European Commission, the 27-nation bloc's executive arm. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu described a protest by Kurds in central Stockholm where an effigy of Turkey's president was hung from a lamppost as a racist act and a hate crime, further adding that Sweden would not be able to get away with a simple condemnation of the incident. After Russia claimed that its forces had captured the fiercely contested salt mining town of Soledar in what would mark a rare victory for the Kremlin after a series of setbacks in its war in Ukraine, the United Nations Security Council discussed war crimes committed by Russia.
With rain-soaked California expected to see several more rounds of stormy weather over the weekend and into next week, and state and federal officials pleaded with residents to stay alert to the possibility of more flooding and damage. Well, the countdown has begun for India's celebration of 26 January, Republic Day. Parade rehearsals are on in full swing across the national capital as well as elsewhere. Here are some early morning visuals from Kartavya Path. Take a look.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
पाप रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया, उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं, उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirbhay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic, 47.3%. 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India number one.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been, mowed down by a truck. This happened.
The global south has countries that are in a state of perpetual conflict. Some of them their own making and some of them from outside. And India has said that India will use the G20 platform to speak for the global south, for the other marginalized countries of the world who have no voice, who deserve to be heard. It is India. This is India's, I think, one of the many steps that India has taken towards diplomatic superpower status.
Here are the headlines at 12 p.m. on this Saturday. Ahead of Republic Day, hand grenade
recovered in the national capital, 2 suspects arrested. The handedness of the TMC leader caught on tape. BJP questions the Mamata government. Battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress move their councillors as poaching fears loom large. Six Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal. BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh under the ED lens summoned in the connection with the COVID-19 irregularities case. More grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe as Delhi police likely to file the charge sheet soon. Hello and welcome viewers. Thank you for staying with Republic TV. I'm Priyanka Sharma. We are live and breaking and straight away getting you updates from West Bengal now, where today West Bengal Food and Supplies Minister and the TMC MLA Ratan Ghosh came to the Nanda Dalal temple area in Barasat for a newly launched scheme, Didir Doot. Now at that time, a TMC worker slapped a localite as he was about to complain directly to the West Bengal Food and Supplies Minister Ratan Ghosh. Now, another shocking incident of this kind of a VVIP racism that is coming to light from West Bengal now, viewers. The exclusive visuals are on your screens right now of this physical altercation that had broken out just because a civilian, in fact, had tried to approach directly to the West Bengal Food and Supplies Minister Ratan Ghosh. And we see as the complainant has been directly trying to approach to the minister, his goons and party members, in fact, are stopping the complainant, and there is a physical altercation that breaks out, so much so that the TMC leader, in fact, is also slapping the complainant and trying to stop him to approach the minister directly. These are the shocking visuals really that are on your screens right now of the TMC leader and TMC members manhandling the complainant and then of course slapping him as well. You can see those visuals on your screens right now. You can see it right there where the TMC leader in fact is slapping the complainant, and the fault of the complainant was only that he was trying to approach the minister directly while he had been out on the field. In fact, this is an incident that took place in the Nanda Dalal temple area in Barasat, where in fact the minister had come for a newly launched scheme, that is Didir Doot, and at that time we see that this complainant had tried to directly approach the West Bengal Food and Supplies Minister Ratan Ghosh, to which his goons, his party members, his party leaders are trying to manhandle the complainant from approaching the minister directly, so much so that there is a physical altercation that breaks out to the point that the TMC leaders in fact then slap the complainant. The only fault of the complainant that he was trying to approach the minister to address a certain grievance when it comes to West Bengal, where this civilian in fact had been trying to just approach the minister, try to speak to his minister, and this is how the minister's goons or the TMC workers really who have been seen in this video, exclusive footage that we're putting out on your screens of the TMC leaders trying to stop the complainant from going towards the minister, trying to approach the minister. And there you see in those visuals, we're slowing down those visuals for your convenience so that you see exactly what happened there, viewers, which this bit of VVIP racism once again caught on camera, and the exclusive visuals of which we are putting out on your screens right now, where the TMC leaders in fact slapped the residents. The only fault of the complainant, the only fault of the civilian, that he tried to approach the minister directly. And of course we will be trying to get in a word from various other leaders, because this is another case of VVIP racism really, viewers, that we are tracking for you on your screens, the exclusive visuals And of course, we are tracking for you the latest as far as this complainant is also concerned. Let me also bring in my colleague Meenakshi from the Mumbai newsroom, who's joining us on the broadcast. Meenakshi, another case of this VVIP racism, really shocking incident really that has been caught on camera, isn't it? Where the TMC leaders are trying to stop this complainant, and what really is the fault of the complainant? It's only that he is trying to approach the minister with various grievances that he might have had, and this is how the TMC leaders really respond, Meenakshi.
That's right, यही सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन है कि क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उन्होंने ये बोला, ये नया है कि दीदी का दूध बोल के जो सामने आया है, दीदी के दूध के माध्यम से उनका जो मंत्रियां है वो मंत्रियां जा रहे हैं विभिन्न जगह में जहां पे वो लोग, वहां का जो आम आदमी है उन लोगों का कंप्लेंट सुनने के लिए जा रहा है। हम जानते हैं कि सामने पंचायत इलेक्शन है, उससे पहले ये लोग नया सामने आ रहे हैं दीदी का दूध, एवं वो लेकर ही ये लोग जा रहे हैं। और ये लोग किस लिए जा रहे हैं कि आम आदमी का जो प्रॉब्लम्स है यही तो सुनने जा रहे हैं। तो फिर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? ये आज हुआ है बारासत के नंदे दुलाल में, ये आज नया नहीं है। तो हम देखे थे कि येस्टरडे में भी ये ऐसा हुआ था, बहुत जगह में ये नॉर्थ बंगाल से लेके साउथ बंगाल तक सभी जगह में यहाँ पे जब लोग जा रहे हैं, मंत्रियाँ जा रहे हैं, उनका विधायक जा रहे हैं, एमएलए जा रहे हैं।
बट मीनाक्षी, ये क्यों हुआ था, क्या एग्जैक्टली हुआ था? क्योंकि ये जो सिविलियन है वो मिनिस्टर को मिलने जा रहे हैं, क्या उनकी कंप्लेंट थी कि वो जाना चाहते थे, मिलना चाहते थे, पर टीएमसी के जो गूंज है, टीएमसी के जो नेता हैं वो खुद उनको थप्पड़ मारते हैं? तो इसके बारे में भी थोड़ा बताइए कि क्या कंप्लेंट थी उनकी।
उनकी कंप्लेंट थी कि उनके वहाँ पे जो सुविधाएं है वो सुविधाएं उनको नहीं मिल रहा था, उनको वहाँ पे वाटर नहीं मिल रहा है, उनको वहाँ पे घर नहीं मिल रहा था। लेकिन इलेक्शन से पहले ये लोग बोलते हैं लेकिन काम ये लोग नहीं करते। यही बोलने जा रहे थे वो वहाँ का जो लोकलियर्स है, यही बोलने जा रहे थे मंत्री जी को, जब मंत्री जी अब आए हैं हमारे यहाँ, हमको सुविधा देने के लिए आए हैं, लेकिन कहाँ मिल रहा है हमें? ये सब कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा है। आप लोग बोलते हैं लेकिन देते नहीं है, यही बोलने जा रहे थे। तभी वहाँ का जो टीएमसी सपोर्टर्स है उसने उसको स्लैम किया और कहा कि क्यों आप यहाँ पे बोलने आए हो? अरे मंत्री जी तो जा रहे हैं आपके पास, बोलने सुनने के लिए ही तो जा रहे हैं, तो क्यों उनको आप बोलने नहीं दोगे? ये सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, क्योंकि बार बार बोलते हैं सीएम ममता बनर्जी कि हम जा रहे हैं, हमका जो हमारा लोग जा रहे हैं, आपके पास जा रहे हैं, अब आपके घर में जाके सुनेंगे कि आपका क्या प्रॉब्लम है। तो सुनने अगर जा रहे हैं तो क्यों नहीं सुनने दे रहे हैं आप लोग? इसीलिए ही उन्होंने उसको स्लैप किया है। इसके बाद में वो वहाँ का जो लोकलियर्स है वो बोल रहे हैं कि हमारे पास आए हैं, हमारा प्रॉब्लम सुनने आए हैं, अगर हम नहीं बोल सकते तो क्यों आए हैं हमारे यहाँ? और वो ये भी बोल रहे हैं कि ये नेताएं मंत्रियाँ आते हैं, कैमरा के सामने बोलते हैं बहुत कुछ और चले जाते हैं, उसके बाद जैसा प्रॉब्लम है वैसा ही हम फेस करते हैं, दिन चला जाता है लेकिन प्रॉब्लम वहाँ का वही रहता है।
You know, Meenakshi, a very shocking really incident and a very ironic really incident, because this one hand we have Mamata Banerjee, who claims that this is a government of the people, and this is how her leaders, her cabinet ministers really respond to the people when people try to approach the ministers with very basic grievances. And as you are pointing out very shockingly, that's exactly what the minister had been there for. So why exactly were these leaders trying to prevent this particular complainant to go towards the minister? And if you could speak to us about these people who are seen in this visual, who are these lackeys of the minister who are slapping this complainant, Meenakshi?
अभी तक ये इन्फॉर्मेशन हमारे पास नहीं आया। हम अभी तक जो इन्फॉर्मेशन आया है इससे हम जान रहे हैं कि वहाँ का लोकल लीडर है ये, और लोकल लीडर है वो जगह पे जहाँ पर बारासत नंद दुलाल में ये।
Well, Meenakshi, sorry to cut you short. Please hold on to your thoughts. I'll return to you. Let me also bring in Shehzad Poonawala of the BJP, who's joining us on the broadcast. Shehzad, now once again, when we are putting out these visuals for our viewers, we see that one hand Mamata Banerjee claims that this is a government of the people. But when the same people who try to approach her ministers, this is how the lackeys of the minister respond. They are slapping this complainant that you can see in these visuals, Shehzad. Your first thoughts on this?
TMC means Tanashahi mindset and culture, and therefore this is an exhibition of the Tanashahi mindset. If the common man goes to Didi's ministers and other people for work, they slap them. This shows the disdain they have for Ma, Mati, Manush. And what is the problem? You see, recently Republic has also shown snakes, lizards, rats are being found in midday meal schemes. Partha and others are doing corruption. We have seen another MLA of theirs, crores and crores of rupees has been recovered. So they are interested in money, 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 not Ma, Mati, Manush. And if the Ma or Manush goes to these ministers, then TMC, meaning Tanashahi mindset and culture, comes out and they slap the common man. So this is a display of TMC mindset, Tanashahi mindset and culture. Now let us see if Didi will come out and she might do FIR against you for showing this report. If you go and ask her a question that, Madam, how are your people beating up common man? She will say, let's do FIR on Arnab Goswami, on Republic Channel, on Reporter. Everybody will have an FIR against them. So this is the state of affairs in West Bengal. It is not rule of law, it is law of the rulers.
And it definitely seems like that. Shehzad, I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective on this very shocking visual that we are tracking for you viewers that is coming to light from West Bengal, where in fact we see that the minister, Ratin Ghosh, who is the Minister of Food and Supplies, whose lackeys in fact are seen around him, he had been there on a field visit and the complainants had been trying to approach him. And of course, when they did try to approach him, his lackeys tried to there was a physical altercation and then also slapped him as well. We will be tracking this story very, very closely. For the moment, let's take a look at this 1-minute report.
With preparations all set by the Delhi police to file charge sheet in the Shraddha Walkar murder case, it has got another important lead after the post-mortem report by the All Institute of Medical Sciences has revealed that the bones of Shraddha Walkar was indeed cut by a sharp object or a saw. Now this is another important evidence which has been obtained by the Delhi police after it was revealed that the DNA of the bones that were retrieved from the jungles of Mehrauli was indeed that of Shraddha after the bones DNA matched with that of Shraddha's father. Now this is a very challenging case for the Delhi police because Delhi police is relying solely on the circumstantial evidences. One hopes that the two vital evidences and leads that has been obtained by the Delhi police would now enable it to form a charge sheet that will help concrete evidences and result in Shraddha and her family getting justice.
Now viewers, shifting our focus to what's really happening in Joshimath, where Uttarakhand's town Joshimath is sinking. Cracks on walls, buildings, roads and now the highway continue to baffle the residents. Now meanwhile, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami announced an interim relief package for the affected families. Now also remember that the ISRO report which stated that Joshimath may entirely sink as well. Here's all that you need to know about what's happening in Joshimath.
Joshimath is sinking. Houses are on the verge of collapsing and residents are being evacuated. As the residents continue to be baffled by the widening cracks, ISRO released an alarming report. The report revealed Joshimath sank 5.4 centimeter in a matter of 12 days.
According to the images released by ISRO, that's Indian Space Research Organization, there is a rapid subsidence in Joshimath. Let me tell you, if you talk about the rapid subsidence which has been reported in last 12 days, that is said to be 5.4 centimeter. And if we talk about past 7 months, from April to November, it has been reported that it was 9 centimeter. On the other hand, let me tell you, the report also says that the crown of subsidence is near Oli and Joshimath Road.
As alarming as it gets, ISRO report also revealed that the entire Joshimath may sink completely. These satellite images on your screen shows the most affected part of Joshimath. For the people of Joshimath, it's about their livelihood, which is on the verge of collapse. The residents of Joshimath are emotional as they watch their city sink in front of their eyes. Tilting, cracking houses marked with red crosses and identified for demolition made these residents hit the streets. Assuring the affected families of immediate evacuation, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami announced interim relief.
आपदा आना एक प्राकृतिक आपदा है और किसी एक कारण से आपदा नहीं आई है जी, और उस पर भी बात चल रही है, लेकिन आगे हम प्लानिंग के साथ पूरे विधिवत तरीके से जो सबसे अच्छा पैकेज हो सकता है, जो सबसे अच्छा रास्ता हो सकता है, उस रास्ते को हम लोग अख्तियार करेंगे, यहाँ के लोगों की सहायता करेंगे। इस समय में हम हर तरीके से जोशीमठ के लोगों के साथ खड़े हैं, पूरी सरकार खड़ी है।
People from Joshimath have been living in fear. The recent rain has widened the cracks and shaken people's hope. Over 600 people evacuated as the ground beneath their feet has started sinking due to the rain. Lines of destruction, wails of cry. Sinking Joshimath is hanging on the thread of hope. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So we just saw the district administration and also the various government authorities who are hard at work to make sure that the residents, in fact, also do not go through a lot of trouble there in Joshimath. And of course, the Chief Minister has also announced that there will be an interim package that will be released for the residents who are also seeing their entire life, their homes, their offices, the entire life, in fact, sinking right now, as huge cracks can be seen in their houses, in their various buildings there as well. And of course, we will be tracking this story for you from the ground, where we have our colleague Anuj, who filed this report earlier in the day. Let's take a look at those and then we'll get you all the breaking updates.
We are reporting from Joshimath, showing you the ground zero report and what is exactly happening on the ground. The administration is keeping a very tight eye and keeping a very close vision that what exactly has to be done and how it has to be done. There I can see the drone, and I'll ask my video journalist to give you the sense from here. As you know that the survey is going on. This has been done by the local administration. Even the Chief Minister is keeping a very tight eye on the ground that what exactly the situation is. There you can see the survey which is being done by the drone. As this is more than 700 families who has been already evacuated. We have seen the property where the dismantling process has already started, and at this point in time, this is the survey which is going on by the drone. We can see this is to keep everything very tight and in the vision that what exactly is happening. There you can see the relief material which is being prepared to give it to the people, the affected people. Sir, आप लोग ये relief material के साथ हैं, administration से हैं आप लोग? We'll try and understand if we'll get a sense that what exactly is this. Sir, आप बात कर सकते हैं? बता सकते हैं ये क्या relief material है, कैसे?
नहीं ये तो जो तुम्हारी टीम में है, आप कर लो.
So these are not the proper authority to talk. So we were giving you the visual of the drone. We have shown you how the drone is being used now, and this is the survey which is being done by the drone now. More trouble for the people of Joshimath. On one side, they have been asked to leave their houses. They have been evacuated. On the other hand, this is the water crisis which is being seen by the people of Joshimath now. I am reporting from Singh area of Joshimath, which is one of the most affected area. And now there is a problem of water crisis, what we have been told. Because of the subsidence, the water pipes is not working properly, and the supply of the water has been already stopped. And because of that, this is the water crisis which is happening at the Joshimath, at this particular area from where I am reporting. पानी की भैया अब बताया जा रहा है कि बहुत परेशानी हो रही है, क्योंकि जो खिसकने की वजह से दरारें जो आई थी पाइप में पानी नहीं है.
पानी नहीं है.
कब से नहीं आ रहा है?
कल से.
कल से? हाँ. 2-3 दिन हो गए पानी नहीं.
हाँ 2-3 दिन हो गए.
तो फिर कैसे आप लोग अभी कर रहे हैं? कहाँ से लाते हैं पानी?
उधर का गिलाता है, दूर जाते हैं उधर सिंगदार में. अच्छा.
तो अभी सरकार की तरफ से भी टैंकर भेजे जा रहे हैं? सरकार की तरफ से भी टैंकर आ रहे हैं?
ये तो भुना बा।
जी बताइए, पानी की क्या समस्या हो रही है अभी?
पानी को तो बहुत मुश्किल है, पानी नहीं हो गया तो कैसे चलता है?
पाइपों में नहीं आ रहा, नलों में
हाँ,
पानी नहीं आ रहा?
नहीं आ रहा, उधर से धारा से लेके खाता है।
धारा से वो जो पहाड़ से आता है
हाँ, वही पानी है।
अच्छा, कोई वैसे सरकारी मदद भी आ रही है टैंकर के थ्रू?
आया था, एक बार शाम को आता है, एक बार सुबह आता है।
बस एक बार आता है सुबह और शाम को, लेकिन पानी की बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही है।
हाँ, वही तो, कोई लोग भरते हैं, कोई लोग देता नहीं देता है।
अच्छा, आप भी यही सिंगदार से हैं भैया? तो ये पानी की परेशानी के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, लोग बता रहे थे सर।
इनके यहाँ तो पानी वैसे भी नहीं है, ये तो धारे से भरते हैं यहाँ पे सामने।
अच्छा, लेकिन पानी की यहाँ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है?
हाँ, पानी की प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ, 2 दिन से पानी नहीं है बोल रहे हैं।
2 दिन से?
टाइम टू टाइम आता है, सुबह टू शाम।
अच्छा,
मस्त।
लेकिन पानी की प्रॉब्लम जो
पानी की प्रॉब्लम है।
तो कुछ गवर्नमेंट से टैंकर वगैरह आ रहे हैं? कुछ
टैंकर आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा,
टैंकर टाइम टू टाइम आ रहे हैं ना।
अच्छा,
अब टैंकर भी ये है कि कितने टैंकर है इनके पास, कितनी कितनी जगह जगह सप्लाई कर रहे हैं। और जगह भी तो होगी प्रॉब्लम, जब बैठा हुआ सब जगह है तो सब जगह के अब तक पाइप टूटे होंगे, बड़े पाइपलाइन आ रहे हैं जो उनमें नजर आ रहा है, वो भी हो सकता है, मिट्टी आ गई हो, काफी चीजों का वो है।
This exactly is the problem which is being faced by the people of Joshimath, as they were telling us. This is Singhdar from where I am reporting. This is the water crisis what they are facing at this point in time. On one side, this is they have the condition which is very much visible, how they are living in their houses with those cracks and everything. On one side, they have been evacuated, but the people who are left over here, who are still staying here, is going through the water crisis because of the subsidence which could be clearly seen. With video journalist Surendra Shah, Manoj, and this is Republic.
All right, cutting across now, viewers, to some breaking updates that we are picking up from the poll-bound state of Karnataka, where the quota wars, in fact, have intensified. Now it's the BJP versus the BJP as the cabinet minister lashes out at the BJP MLA. Industries Minister Murugesh Nirani hits out at Yatnal for politicizing the reservation issue. Yatnal had hit out at the Chief Minister and Nirani, cursing them and calling them names yesterday. Yatna, in fact, had hit out at the Chief Minister and the Industries Minister yesterday at the Panchmasali protest in Shigon, and the Industries Minister Murugesh Nirani had lashed out at the BJP MLA Basanagowda Patil Yatnal as well. Now, of course, we are seeing that all of this is coming in the backdrop of the Karnataka High Court order which had stayed the reservation reject by the state government. And of course, we see now the BJP versus the BJP in the poll-bound state of Karnataka, who are making these kind of statements and counter statements as well. Let me also bring in my colleague Prajwal, who's reporting on this story. Prajwal, it's over to you. Please explain to our viewers as to what really has been the issue and the entire politicization of the reservation issue so close to the elections in Karnataka as well that is coming to light, and the statements and the counter statements that we see from the BJP leaders condemning the Chief Minister as well. Speak to us a little bit about the entire controversy that is breaking out there in Karnataka.
Yes, Priyanka. Now, the Panchamasalis had issued a deadline saying that by the 10th of Jan, that after the cabinet order was passed in Karnataka stating that reservation will be given for the Vokkaligas as well as the Panchamasali Lingaites, mainly when it comes to the jobs as well as the education sector as well. But now seems like it has not happened so far, because now the state government of Karnataka has run into a lot of legal hurdles, and therefore they have not been able to implement it, but they are waiting for the report to come out in the month of March. So therefore there has been some sort of clarification which was being given by the industries minister, saying that the Panchamasalis will be included into 2D category and the Vokkaligas will be included into 2C category, because earlier the state government had pointed out only to the fact that 3A and 3B categories will be completely taken out. They will be considered null and void, and 2C and 2D will be introduced. But the major question was who will be introduced into the 2C category and which caste will be included in the 2D category, which Murugesh Nirani has given a clarification to Republic today. And apart from that, yesterday we saw that there were thousands of Panchamasali Lingaites along with Jayamrutyunjaya Swamiji, Basangowda Patil Yatnal, who is a BJP MLA, and the former Congress MLA Vijayanand Kashapanawar was also present there, and all of them walked from all of them started walking from the Channamma circle towards towards Basavaraj Bommai's residence there, and they started protesting against the chief minister, and they started using unparliamentary language, mainly when it comes with Basangauda Patil Yatnal, who went on to call names against Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, against Lingayat strongmen and BJP top leader in the state of Karnataka, B.S. Yediyurappa, and well as the industries minister too. And he made some very personal remarks against the industries minister Murugesh Nirani, and also challenged him to expose Basangauda Yatnal. So these were some of the statements that was made, and this was not in good taste as well. The BJP High Command as well as the BJP state government, taking a stock of the situation today, called for an emergency press meet, and then Murugesh Nirani lashed out at Basangauda Patil Yatnal, saying that if Basangauda Patil Yatnal can go and speak in such a way, this shows his upbringing, this shows his culture as to how he has been raised and how he's born, and to what and how he's going on to take a personal dig, and this definitely does not do good. Murugesh Nirani also went on to question the Congress leaders' presence over there, and they also stated that this is the Congress who is instigating Basangauda Patil Yatnal, and the High Command will definitely go on and act on this. On this note, we will also quickly slip into a short break, but more news and updates on the other side of Republic. Stay tuned.
And on the other side of this very short break, ahead of Republic Day, hand grenade recovered in the national capital. 2 suspects have been arrested. High-handedness of the TMC leader caught on tape. BJP questions the Mamata government, getting you all the updates after a very short commercial break.
Step into luxury, where grace blends with grandeur and design blends with innovation. As your stress is washed away and you're transported in the lap of luxury. Cure European bath lounges. Let time wait.
Republic 47.3%. 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
The Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे, तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
आप रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया, उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं, उसके खिलाफ है।
बात सुन लीजिए।
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे, तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
It's 12:30 and here are the headlines ahead of Republic Day. Hand grenade recovered in the national capital. 2 suspects have been arrested. High-handedness of the TMC leader caught on tape. BJP questions the Mamata government. Battle for Chandigarh intensifies. BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress move their councillors as poaching fear looms large. 6 Bangladeshi nationals who entered India illegally nabbed from Kolkata-bound train in North Bengal. BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh under the ED lens summoned in the connection with the COVID-19 irregularities case. More grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe. Delhi police likely to file the charge sheet soon.
आग्रह किया था कि मैं सियाचिन जाना चाहूंगा और कुमार पोस्ट पर जाकर वहां के नौजवानों से मिलने का मुझे अवसर प्राप्त हुआ था। साथियों, आज सारा देश समृद्धि के इन पर्वों को एक साथ मना रहा है, चाहे वो पर्व हमारे लोहड़ी के हों, बिहू हों, पोंगल, मकर संक्रांति। तो इन पर्वों की भी मैं आप सबको अपनी तरफ से हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मैं समझता हूं कि इस समृद्धि के पीछे का कारण भी हम लोगों को मालूम होना चाहिए। लोहड़ी हो, बिहू हो, पोंगल हो या मकर संक्रांति, आप सभी को मालूम है कि यह सब कृषि से जुड़े हुए सब सारे त्योहार हैं और यह सभी हमारे समृद्ध कृषक संस्कृति के यह प्रतीक हैं। और यह बड़ी खुशी की बात है कि आज हमारा देश दुनिया के उन देशों में से एक है जो खाद्यान्न के मामले में न केवल पूरी तरह से आत्मनिर्भर है, बल्कि जरूरत पड़ने पर हम अन्य देशों को भी एक्सपोर्ट भी करते हैं। पर यह हमारी समृद्धि आखिर इस देश को कैसे हासिल हुई है? क्या यह हमारी समृद्धि केवल देश की उर्वर भूमि से हासिल हुई? क्या यह केवल उन्नत किस्म के बीजों और खाद और पानी से हासिल हुई? क्या यह फिर हमारे समृद्धि नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी और मशीनों से हासिल हुई? हमारे देश की समृद्धि के पीछे साथियों इन सभी का हाथ तो है ही, पर उनके साथ ही एक और महत्वपूर्ण कंपोनेंट है जो इनडायरेक्ट है और लोगों का ध्यान उस पर कम ही आता है। वह इनडायरेक्ट कंपोनेंट है हमारे देश की चाक चौबंद राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा, जिसके चलते हम अपने कृषि क्षेत्र को दुनिया के उन्नत क्षेत्रों में से एक बना सके। और हमारी राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा यानी हमारे जवान और हमारे यह वेटरन्स हैं। और मैं कह सकता हूं हमारे देश का भी आजादी हासिल होने के बाद जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, जो सामाजिक आर्थिक विकास हुआ है, उसमें मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन मैं मानता हूं तो अपने तीनों सर्विसेज के जवानों का और अपने वेटरन्स का एक मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन मानता हूं। क्योंकि यदि हमारे देश की सीमाएं सुरक्षित न होती, हमारा देश अपने को सुरक्षित न महसूस करता, चाहे हम जितना भी इन्वेस्टमेंट कर लेंगे, इंटरनल इन्वेस्टमेंट, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट, किसी भी सूरत में हम देश का विकास नहीं कर सकते। आपने चाक चौबंद व्यवस्था रखी है सीमाओं की, देशवासी अपने को सुरक्षित महसूस करते हैं। इसलिए बिना किसी भय के, बिना किसी चिंता के देश को एक ऊंचाई देने में, देश को एक हाइट देने के लिए वह लगातार वह काम करते रहे, यह हमारी मान्यता है। और मैं कह सकता हूं आज जब पूरा देश यह त्योहार मना रहा है, इसका अर्थ यह नहीं है कि केवल धरती के प्रति कृतज्ञता प्रकट कर रहा है। इसका अर्थ यह नहीं है कि यह केवल हवा, पानी और सूरज के प्रति अपनी कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित कर रहा है। इसका अर्थ यह भी है कि आज पूरा देश इनडायरेक्टली आप सबके प्रति भी कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित कर रहा है। आप सबको हृदय से नमन कर रहा है। ऐसे में वेटरन्स डे सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए आज के दिन से उपयुक्त शायद ही कोई और दिन हो सकता था। यह दिन ही नहीं बल्कि यह माह भी हमारे एक प्राचीन काल के लीजेंडरी वेटरन, दिग्गज वेटरन के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है और इंडियन माइथोलॉजी के लीजेंडरी वेटरन भीष्म पितामह से यह महीना जुड़ा हुआ है। इस माह यानी माघ माह में एक लंबी प्रतीक्षा के बाद उन्होंने अपने प्राणों का उत्सर्ग किया था भीष्म पितामह। और आप सभी जानते हैं कि इंडियन माइथोलॉजी में भीष्म पितामह जैसा कोई दूसरा वेटरन मिलना कितना कठिन है। अपनी प्रतिज्ञा के वे ऐसे पालन करता थे कि आगे चलकर भीष्म का नाम अटूट प्रतिज्ञा का पर्यायवाची बन गया। आज भी समाज में जब कोई बड़ी और कठिन प्रतिज्ञा लेता है तो उसे वह भीष्म प्रतिज्ञा का नाम देता है। हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस के जवान और वेटरन्स भी मैं समझता हूं भीष्म से किसी मामले में कम नहीं है। हमारे वीर जवान जब भी किसी कार्य का बीड़ा उठा लेते हैं तो चाहे धरती इधर से उधर हो जाए पर उस कार्य की सफलता पर कहीं कोई संदेह नहीं रह जाता है।
All right, so that was Rajnath Singh, who is presiding over the 7th Armed Forces Veteran Day celebrations there in Dehradun. And he is, of course, speaking about the valor of our defense forces as well. We will keep coming back to that story, but shifting focus now to the clashes that continuing over the Delhi government teachers training in Finland. The LG House termed the allegations as motivated and misleading and said that the LG has not rejected the proposal of the training program for primary in-charges in Finland. In fact, any statement on the contrary is misleading and mischievously motivated, is the latest that we are putting out as far as this row over the clash. Over, in fact, the teachers is concerned, where in fact we see it is continuing over Delhi government's teacher training in Finland. The LG House has termed these allegations as motivated and misleading and has stated that the LG has not rejected the proposal of the training program for the primary in-charges in Finland. And they've also stated that any statement on the contrary is misleading and mischievously motivated as well. These are the latest updates that we are putting out on your screens as far as the clashes over the teachers training program in Finland are concerned. We have, viewers, various voices from the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party as well. Let's listen into what the BJP had to say over these allegations as well. Then we'll get you all the breaking updates.
देखिए, आम आदमी पार्टी का मॉडल बन चुका है ABCD का। A फॉर एडवर्टाइजिंग, B फॉर भ्रष्टाचार, C फॉर कवर अप ऑफ करप्शन और D फॉर डाइवर्जन विक्टिम कोहुड कार्ड खेलकर। जब से आम आदमी पार्टी को 163 करोड़ रुपए देने के लिए कहा गया है, जिस पैसे को उन्होंने अपने व्यक्तिगत विज्ञापन पर उड़ाने का काम किया, तब से बार बार किसी न किसी मुद्दे पर भटकाकर विक्टिमहुड कार्ड खेलकर आम आदमी पार्टी लगातार झूठे हमले करती रहती है। ये वही पार्टी है जो कभी संविधान में या कानून नियम में कोई यकीन नहीं रखती, और अगर कोई संविधान और कानून के हिसाब से चलता है तो वो उस विषय पर राजनीति करते हैं। और आज इसीलिए आम आदमी पार्टी फिर से एक बार राजनीति करने पर उतार है और उतर आई है।
मुझे पता नहीं है कि कितने विवादों को ये जन्म दे चुके हैं। उनको हर लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब से प्रॉब्लम है, पहले नजीब जंग जी से, फिर अनिल बैजल जी से, और अब वीके सक्सेना जी से जिस तरह से उनको प्रॉब्लम है। एक नया विवाद फिर एक खड़ा कर दिया है मनीष सिसोदिया जी से। मनीष सिसोदिया जी, आपको समझना पड़ेगा, संविधान के हिसाब से आपको चलना पड़ेगा। लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब ने आपसे क्या मांगा है? एक रिपोर्ट मांगी है कि आप जो भेजना चाहते हैं टीचर्स को, एक रिपोर्ट दे दीजिए कि अब तक जो है कॉस्ट एनालिसिस क्या है। लेकिन आप पता नहीं क्यों हर चीज को अपनी ईगो पे ले जाते हैं, अपने अहम पे ले जाते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि आपको लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब चूंकि दिल्ली के कस्टोडियन हैं, उनकी बात मानते हुए, ईगो को साइड में रखते हुए आपको जो उन्होंने कॉस्ट एनालिसिस शीट मांगी है वो दे देनी चाहिए। और मैं एक बात और पूछना चाहूंगा मनीष जी, आप कह रहे हो कि हम विदेश भेजना चाहते हैं, एजुकेशन हर्ट हो रही है, लेकिन मैं आपसे सवाल पूछता हूँ, क्या आपने यूनिवर्सिटी की जो टीचर्स हैं जो आपकी दिल्ली सरकार के तहत आते हैं, क्या आपने उनको सैलरी दे दी? ये जरा बता दीजिए। 4 महीने से वो बेचारे परेशान हैं और उनको सैलरी नहीं मिल रही। आप एक तरफ उनको सैलरी नहीं दे रहे हो और दूसरी तरफ इस तरह से विवाद को बढ़ावा दे रहे हो। ये मैं कहना।
So there you have it, viewers. The BJP hitting out against the Aam Aadmi Party government and has also stated that these are very misguided statements that they are giving, that the LG has in fact rejected this proposal when all he's done is asked for a cost-benefit analysis as well. Let me also bring in my colleague Piyush Shori, who's reporting on the story. Piyush, tell us more about the kind of statements and counter-statements that we have been seeing from the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party as well. And also speak to us about Arvind Kejriwal, who had yesterday also made a very emotional appeal to this kind of a very factual debate that is going on as far as the teachers that need to be sent to Finland is concerned. He made emotional statements saying that, he does not count as much money that he has spent on his children. Some things cannot be, looked at, and in terms of cost and benefit is something that he has stated. But isn't this merely procedure that is also being followed, that a report needs to be submitted so that it can be implemented upon in the government itself?
So you raised a very important point, Priyanka, and you have again, there are two important points that needs to be understood over here. First, there is again a political row between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Lieutenant Governor, and this time it is over sending some teachers a proposal that has been sent by the Aam Aadmi Party government to Finland for training purposes. Now, as far as the procedure is concerned, because this is the taxpayer money, the Lieutenant Governor has just asked the Aam Aadmi Party government to provide the cost-benefit analysis of what exactly is the cost being incurred to send these teachers for training. Now, what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying is that, because of the bureaucratic procedures which is being sought by the Lieutenant Governor, this is again a step that has been taken by the Lieutenant Governor to scuttle the process and thereby not sending the teachers to Finland for training. Now, this has again raised a lot of political...
Piyush, hold on to your thoughts there. We also have Sardar R.P. Singh, who's joining us on the broadcast over the phone line. R.P. Singh, if I could come to you over these kind of statements and counter-statements and the emotional appeals that were being made by Arvind Kejriwal, where he is also, relating the entire cost-benefit analysis of these teachers to his children, and he's saying that some things cannot be looked at from the prism of cost and benefit analysis. But is that really something that is becoming for a chief minister to speak? Because, of course, as we were pointing out, that this is the money that will be borne by the exchequer, isn't it?
Well, there are two things. One is, what is the parameter of picking the teacher they have picked up? I mean, there had to be a parameter for reason for picking teacher A or B or C, whatever teacher they have picked up. One. Secondly, also, when teachers who have gone earlier, what is the difference they have made, or what sort of training they have further imparted with the other teachers? I mean, that need to be brought to the book, because till now there is no record of what teachers have, or there are record of teachers who have gone, but what have they benefited and how they have benefited the children children further after they're coming back. So this all need to put to record what's wrong in it. I mean, because ultimately we pay for all such teachers going abroad, or for anyone going abroad from the Delhi Exchequer. There's no harm. I mean, it's not that someone is against it, but yes, every action of the government has to be analyzed and it has to be put on record as far as the cost-benefit analysis goes.
That being said, R.P. Singh, how do you really react when Arvind Kejriwal is asked the same questions and the same points that you're pointing out right now? He makes an emotional appeal and he compares this entire situation to spending money on his children, and he is making these emotional appeals claiming that he cannot really do a cost-benefit analysis of something that is done for the greater good.
Well, earlier the teachers have been sent, earlier also teachers have been sent. Let's see what was the outcome and what they delivered on ground after coming back from Finland or whatever country they were sent to, Singapore or whatever the country was sent to. What is the outcome of those teachers? And then that can be always worked out, that they have taken these classes out. This is a change in the education pattern they have brought in, or this is the post they have submitted. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a very routine method, and then it can be done. But only thing is, if the chief minister is concerned about it, or he just want to pick up his own people with the machinery and oblige them.
All right, RP Singh, I want to thank you for joining us here on Republic TV and sharing your perspective on this big story that we are tracking for our viewers. I also want to thank Piyush Ori for joining us and breaking down those details as far as the kind of claims and counterclaims are concerned going on between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, this is going to be one of our top stories that we will be tracking for you. For the moment, moving on to some more updates.
26-year-old women cricketer from Odisha, Rajashri Swen, went missing on January 11th. But on January 13th, her body was found hanging in a tree in a dense forest in Cuttack region of Odisha. The police have registered a case under unnatural causes of death and are probing all the matter. What's fishy in this entire matter is that Rajashri's scooter was found parked right outside this particular forest where her dead body was found hanging. The police are looking into the entire matter. They will be investigating the entire case. According to the primary information that we are receiving, that Rajashri was in Odisha for selection in the national team, but she could not make it. Her body was found hanging on January 13. She was missing since January 11. This is Madhurima Mishra with Vijay Surinder Rawat for Republic TV.
And slipping into a very short break here now, viewers, getting you updates on the other side of the BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh under the ED lens, summoned in connection with the COVID-19 irregularities case. And more grisly details emerge in Shraddha murder probe. Delhi police likely to file a charge sheet soon, getting you updates on the other side of this very short commercial break.
Step into luxury, where grace blends with grandeur and design blends with innovation. As your stress is washed away and you're transported in the lap of luxury. Cure European bath lounges. Let time wait.
पाप रामचरितमानस या मनुस्मृति में जो जाति व्यवस्था और वर्ण व्यवस्था के बारे में लिखा गया उसके खिलाफ है आप? उसके खिलाफ है?
मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ कि
नहीं उसके खिलाफ है?
मेरी बात सुन लीजिए ना, रामचरितमानस हो या मनुस्मृति हो या गोबलकर का बंच ऑफ थॉट हो, इसमें जातियों के खिलाफ जो विसंगति का अंश है उसको काट के हटाना चाहिए।
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patankar and General Nirvay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the sensitivities.
Republic 47.3%, 394% more viewership for Republic TV than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment. Republic TV, the All India #1.
the Kolar incident where a 24-year-old girl has been, mowed down by a truck. This happened mainly because of the bad civic infrastructure. We are seeing that finally the authorities have woken up, and it has been over 1.5 hours since this particular incident has taken place. But will there be an end to Bengaluru civic apathy? That is something which needs to be seen, and many innocent lives are being lost at this point of time. So who will go on and question them, and will there be any sort of accountability over here? That is something which needs to be seen.
All right, cutting across now, viewers, to some big breaking updates that we are getting as far as the TDP chief and former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu is concerned on Saturday, who took part in burning the copies of the controversial government order in the Bhogi fire. Now, during the Sankranti celebration in his native village in the Chittoor district, Naidu had set fire to the copies of the government order number 1 issued earlier this month to prohibit the public meetings on roads. So those are some dramatic visuals that we are putting out on your screens right now, viewers, as far as Chandrababu Naidu is concerned. He and other leaders of the TDP were also taking part in burning the government orders that were brought by the government. In fact, they were burnt in this bonfire that had also been organized. And the TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu participated in this bonfire program along with various other party leaders and people. I believe my colleague Aneri is also joining us on the broadcast on this big story. Aneri, tell us more about these visuals that we are in fact tracking, where we see Chandrababu Naidu taking part in that bonfire and setting fire to the government orders. Back-to-back breaking updates. Viewers, we are in fact cutting across to some live images from the national capital. These are the images of the protest that is being carried out by the Aam Aadmi Party. This is a mega showdown between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP once again there in the national capital, the images of which we are putting out on your screens. This is once again a protest being carried out by the Aam Aadmi Party members, the Aam Aadmi Party cadre that is on the ground with various posters that you can see of this protest that is being conducted by the Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, since morning, we have seen how the war of words has broken out between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP over the teachers that were set to be sent to Finland. And the Aam Aadmi Party in fact had stated that the LG is stopping the said proposal, to which the LG in fact has sent out a statement that these are mischievously misleading statements that are being put out by the Aam Aadmi Party as well, because they have stated that this proposal has not been rejected, but a cost-benefit analysis has been sought for from the Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, we had also seen the kind of emotional appeals that Arvind Kejriwal himself had been making yesterday over this entire issue of teachers being sent to Finland. And he had stated that there cannot be a cost-benefit analysis of certain things. And he had also compared this entire issue of teachers being sent to Finland to his children, and had stated that he cannot maintain a cost-benefit of what he spends on his children. A bizarre statement really coming to light from the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, over which we have seen the mega showdown between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP that is breaking out there in the national capital. Dramatic images of the protest that is being conducted by the Aam Aadmi Party cadre on the ground, who had been stating that the LG in fact is rejecting the proposal for the teachers to be sent to Finland. Now, of course, the LG office clarifying and stating that anybody who's making these kind of statements are mischievously misleading statements. And let me also bring in my colleague Piyush Ori, who's on the ground getting us these updates. Piyush, it's over to you. We see dramatic images of this protest that is being conducted by the Aam Aadmi Party. What's really going on there? What really are they protesting? Speak to some people as well if you can around there.
what you're witnessing over here, Priyanka, is another political slugfest between the Aam Aadmi Party workers and the BJP. The Aam Aadmi Party on its side is saying that it is all a kind of conspiracy by the Lieutenant Governor and the Bharatiya Janata Party to scuttle its education model. And they are protesting over the proposal of the LG asking that if you are sending some teachers to the Finland and if you're sending some teachers on the public money, at least you must have some kind of cost benefit analysis that needs to be shown to it, because this is all at the end of it a public money. This is all at the end of it the public money. This is all at the end of it a public money. But then what you are seeing over here is that you are seeing the Aam Aadmi Party workers now protesting over the LG asking this cost benefit analysis, and for them it is all a kind of conspiracy to not allow the education model to go through. So yes, these are definitely dramatic scenes, and now it's going to be interesting to watch that how actually all of this is going to pan out.
We also see Aam Aadmi Party's Atishi really leading those protests, and we see sloganeering also being carried out there. Piyush, speak to us about what really is the sloganeering about, and we will try to listen into that protest as well, viewers, because this is a mega showdown between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. In fact, the Aam Aadmi Party is protesting outside the BJP headquarters. These are images from right there in the national capital, outside of the BJP headquarters, and Aam Aadmi Party's leaders, including Atishi, leading that protest. And Piyush, once again speak to us about this protest, about the posters, about the showdown, and the kind of misleading statements that we also see the Aam Aadmi Party making, which have been called out by the LG office now.
So yes, Priyanka, this is one more attempt by the Aam Aadmi Party to have a political slugfest, a direct confrontation with the Lieutenant Governor. Now, this time, the subject which the Aam Aadmi Party has chosen is that the Lieutenant Governor is deliberately not allowing its teachers to go to Finland for the training program. But if you have to see the other side of it, the Lieutenant Governor is simply asking for the cost that is going to be incurred for sending these teachers for training purposes to Finland. Because at the end of it, this is all the public money which is being spent, and thereby there should be accountability. The Aam Aadmi Party on its
सारे साथी सभी लोग बैरिकेड से लगाए। पुलिस वाले साथियों से अनुरोध है कि इस प्रकार से हरकत न करें, धक्का मुक्की न करें।
कहाँ जाएंगे, कहाँ रोटी खाएंगे, कहाँ पलेंगे? अगर सर्दी में बेचारे मर गए, उसकी जिम्मेदारी कौन लेगा? एलजी साहब तो अपने बंगले में आराम कर रहे हैं। हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा था जहाँ झुग्गी वहाँ मकान, पर इन बेचारों को झुग्गी भी तोड़ी जा रही है। कहाँ जाएंगे? इतने गरीब लोग हैं, विकलांग लोग हैं।
अभी कितनी संख्या में कहाँ से लोग आए हुए हैं?
ये पूरी दिल्ली से झुग्गी झोपड़ी के लोग भी आए हुए हैं। इसमें आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी आए हुए हैं, क्योंकि वो भी बेचारे गरीब घर के लोग हैं। अगर उनका मकान तो
ये मैं चांदनी चौक से आई हूँ। ये झुग्गी झोपड़ी जो तोड़ रहे हैं, ये अच्छी बात है कि मोदी जी एक तो कहते हैं कि भारत महान, एक गरीब उजाड़ रहे हो। ये कहाँ जाएंगे? आप इधर कैमरा करो, विकलांग कैसे बैठे? ये देखिए विकलांग महिला कहाँ जाएंगी? ये मोदी सामने।
तो ये जो तस्वीर आपको दिखा रहे हैं, ये व्हील चेयर पर बैठे हुए दिव्यांग लोग हैं जो यहाँ पर अपने घर को
तोड़ने के आदेश के खिलाफ यहाँ पर हाथों में तख्तियां लेकर बैठे हुए प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। आप देखिए सराउंडिंग अगर तस्वीर आपको दिखाते हैं तो ये तमाम जो लोग हैं यहाँ पर जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, इसमें आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी हैं और इसमें वो लोग भी हैं जिनके घर को हटाने का नोटिस दिया गया है। पुलिस बल यहाँ पर मौजूद है और बड़ी संख्या में जो है सुरक्षा बलों की तैनाती की गई है। देखिए यहाँ पर जो है अभी जो है कुछ लोगों को यहाँ से हटाने की कोशिश की गई है और लगातार इस तरह का माहौल है कि यहाँ पर जो है पुलिस के लिए कड़ी मशक्कत यहाँ पर नजर आ रही है इन लोगों को शांत कराने के लिए। और ये तस्वीर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के दफ्तर के बाहर। यहाँ पर बड़ी संख्या में लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं और प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। झुग्गियों को हटाने का लेकर जो नोटिस जारी किया उसी को लेकर ये प्रोटेस्ट किया जा रहा है। आपको बता दें कि महरौली और कालकाजी इस क्षेत्र के झुग्गियों को हटाने का नोटिस दिया गया है और इसी को लेकर यहाँ पर लोग विरोध प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। और ये देखिए तस्वीर आपको दिखाते हैं, गहमा गहमी कड़ी मशक्कत पुलिस को करनी पड़ रही है। देखिए पुलिस ले जा रही घसीटते हुए और यहाँ पर घसीटते हुए अब यहाँ पर पुलिस को ले जा रही, ये जो है पुलिस ले जा रही है। यहाँ पर जो लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं उनसे हटाने की जब बात कही गई तो अब लोग सड़कों पर लेट गए हैं और उसके बाद उसी स्थिति में यहाँ पर आप देखिए कि सुरक्षा बल और यहाँ पर जो तमाम लोग हैं उनको ये देखिए तस्वीर दिखाइए, ये देखिए क्या कहेंगे बताइए।
ये लोग गरीब आदमी की ठंडी में छुट्टियां तोड़ रहे हैं।
नहीं ले जा पाएगा। भारतीय जनता पार्टी गुंडागर्दी को उतरियाई है। गरीब लोगों के, छुट्टी वालों के मकान तोड़े जा रहे हैं। पुलिस के दम पे गुंडागर्दी की जा रही है।
पुलिस के दम में गुंडागर्दी की जा रही है। पक्का मकान दे नहीं पा रहे, जो बसा बसाया आशियाना वो भी उजाड़ रहे हो। शर्म करो एलजी साहब, शर्म करो।
देखिए एक व्यक्ति जिसकी हालत खराब हो गई है और उसको लेकर
मार दिया पुलिस वालों ने।
ये देखिए तस्वीर निशांत, एक व्यक्ति बेहोश हो गया है। एक व्यक्ति बेहोश हो गया। आप इसको अस्पताल ले जाइए, अस्पताल ले जाइए।
लड़की है, लड़की महिला है, महिला
पर एक व्यक्ति बेहोश हो गया है और अभी जो है यहाँ पर बजाय उसको अस्पताल ले जाने के यहाँ पर लोग अभी भी, अरे थोड़ी सी हवा दो भाई, हवा दो उसको सांस आने दो, हवा दो। ये स्थिति है, यहाँ पर लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं और देखिए एक ये है और दूसरी तरफ हम आपको ये भी दिखाएंगे। ये यहाँ पर बड़ी संख्या में पुलिस लोग की तैनाती, ये देखिए तो देखिए जो महिला बेहोश हुई थी अब वो होश में है और फिर से एकदम एक्टिव अंदाज में है। और देखिए तस्वीर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं। यहाँ पर स्थिति ऐसी है कि लगातार पुलिस के लिए, सुरक्षा बल के लिए चुनौती बनी हुई है। तस्वीर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ ही दूरी पर बीजेपी का ऑफिस है और यहाँ पर देखिए
बीजेपी मुर्दाबाद, भाजपा वाले शर्म करो। बीजेपी झुग्गियां तोड़ना बंद करो, झुग्गियां तोड़ना बंद करो, झुग्गियां तोड़ना बंद करो, गरीबों का आशियाना उजाड़ना बंद करो, गरीबों का आशियाना उजाड़ना बंद करो, गरीबों का आशियाना उजाड़ना बंद करो।
तो आप देख रहे हैं कि लोग किस तरह से झुग्गियों को हटाने के नोटिस के बाद से आग बबूला हैं और यहाँ पर लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर ही रहे हैं। नारेबाजी बीजेपी के खिलाफ की जा रही है, एलजी के खिलाफ की जा रही है। ये इसका समाधान क्या है?
जो भाजपा ने जो वादा किया था, जो भाजपा ने वादा किया था कि झुग्गी के बदले मकान देने के, मकान तो दिए ना जा सके और उनकी झुग्गियां भी उजाड़ रहे हैं।
भाजपा का चुनावी नारा था एमसीडी चुनाव के पहले, जहां झुग्गी वही मकान। तो भाजपा को अब क्यों उजाड़ रहे झुग्गियों को? उनको अस्थायी व्यवस्था दे तब उनकी झुग्गियां तोड़े। भाजपा गुंडागर्दी पे उतर गई है, पुलिस को आगे कर।
समाधान क्या है इसका? समाधान ऐसे झुग्गियां बचेंगी?
नहीं और क्या तरीका है लोकतंत्र में, और क्या तरीका है? फिर वादा क्यों किया था भाजपा ने? वहीं पे झुग्गी वहीं मकान, उस वादे के ऊपर क्यों थोड़ा वादा खिलाफी हो रही है?
प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, पुलिस लगा करके जबरदस्ती हम लोग को डिटेन कर रही है पुलिस। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
सर मैं तुगलकाबाद से आया हूँ और वहाँ पे तो नोटिस दिया गया है 10 दिन में सारी झुग्गियाँ हटाने के लिए, नोटिस भी मिल गया सबको। 10 दिन में छोटे छोटे बच्चे लेके कहाँ जाएंगे सर? छोटे छोटे ठंड का मौसम है और
तुगलकाबाद में तो नोटिस दिया है, ऐसे गरीबों को।
तो आप देखिए ये इस तरह का प्रोटेस्ट लगातार जारी है और झुग्गियों को उठाने के नोटिस के बाद से ही लोग यहाँ पर नाराजगी जाहिर कर रहे हैं। और हमारे साथ आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायक भी मौजूद हैं, उनसे हम बात करेंगे।
शर्म करो, तोड़ना बंद करो, बंद करो, बंद करो।
आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, नेता, विधायक, पार्षद सब साथ में हैं, ये काम नहीं होने देंगे। उसी के विरोध में आज यहाँ पे सारे इकट्ठे हुए हैं और बड़े शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से हम अपनी बात रखने का प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं। लेकिन भाजपा किस प्रकार के पार्टी है कि हताशा निराशा में कुछ भी करने को आतुर है। बीजेपी इसके पीछे है, क्योंकि डीडीए के जरिए भाजपा लोगों को विस्थापित करने का प्रयत्न कर रही है, जो कि नहीं होने देंगे।
आप लोग कर रहे हैं, बड़ी संख्या में क्या आपकी मांग है और किस तरह का प्रोटेस्ट है?
हमारी मांग साफ साफ है कि दशकों से जो लोग जहाँ रह रहे हैं उनको ना हटाया जाए। 10 को मतलब मान लीजिए कोई 1965 की कॉलोनी है, कोई कॉलोनी 1930 की है। इतनी पुरानी कॉलोनियों कैसे आप विस्थापित कर सकते हैं? और बगैर किसी लीगल बेसिस के, बगैर संवैधानिक बेसिस के, गैर कानूनी तरीके से, असंवैधानिक तरीके से, अमानवीय तरीके से आप लोगों को नोटिस दे रहे हैं। उसे कोई बेसिस नहीं है। मैंने जाके बात की, उनकी बात में कोई दम नहीं है। डिमार्केशन रिपोर्ट गलत है, सब कुछ गलत है। और भाजपा के आदेश पे, भाजपा के दबाव में डीडीए काम कर रही है, इसकी हम कड़ी निंदा करते हैं।
अभी आगे क्या प्लान है आपको, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों को हिरासत में भी लेने की
हमारी मांग और प्लानिंग एक ही है कि जो लोग विस्थापित करने का जो भाजपा प्रयत्न कर रही है उनके साथ हम खड़े थे, खड़े रहेंगे। माननीय केजरीवाल साहब ने सारे सांसदों को, विधायकों को, पार्षदों को ये आदेश देकर के कि भाई हमारी पार्टी हर अन्याय के खिलाफ है, अन्याय जहां होगा वहां खड़े रहेंगे। तो आज जो कुछ आपको देखने को मिल रहा है, शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से हम प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बीजेपी के आदेश पे, बीजेपी के इशारे पे पुलिस हमारे साथ अन्याय कर रही है।
तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे थे हमारी पार्टी ये कह रही है कि बीजेपी पुलिस के दम पर अन्याय कर रही है और लोगों के घरों को, लोगों की झुग्गियों को, गरीब लोगों को परेशान किया जा रहा है, झुग्गियों को उजाड़ने की कोशिश की जा रही है। विजय निशान।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने चुनाव से पहले वादा किया था कि जहां पर झुग्गी है वहीं पर मकान देंगे, लेकिन जैसे ही चुनाव खत्म हुआ उन्होंने दिल्ली भर की झुग्गियों को तोड़ने का नोटिस लगाना शुरू कर दिया। चाहे कालकाजी में स्थित नवजीवन कैंप, नेहरू कैंप हो, चाहे महरौली स्थित गोशिया कॉलोनी हो, चाहे छतरपुर में झुग्गियां हो, चाहे तुगलकाबाद में झुग्गियां हो, आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी झुग्गियों पर बुलडोजर चलाने की कोशिश कर रही है। आज हम यहाँ पे बीजेपी कार्यालय के सामने विरोध प्रदर्शन करने आए हैं कि हम दिल्ली की झुग्गियां नहीं टूटने देंगे।
अगर ऐसा होता है तो आप लोग क्या करेंगे आगे?
देखिए, हम सड़क से लेकर संसद तक इस लड़ाई को लड़ेंगे। चाहे कोर्ट जाना हो, चाहे संसद में इस मुद्दे को उठाना हो, चाहे सड़क पर बैठे रहना हो, प्रदर्शन करना हो, पर हम दिल्ली में झुग्गियों को नहीं टूटने देंगे। जब तक अरविंद केजरीवाल और उनके कार्यकर्ता दिल्ली में हैं, हम दिल्ली में झुग्गियां नहीं टूटने देंगे।
And as you can see, it's high drama as the Aam Aadmi Party-led protests are being held outside the BJP headquarters in the national capital. This over a notice to various slum dwellers to vacate the premises. And it's a major showdown that the Aam Aadmi Party clearly cashing on this notice to people living in this area who have been, these are mostly illegal dwellings. And a notice has come on from the government for the residents here to vacate the premises. Now, these are visuals from the national capital. As you can see, there are protests being led by the Aam Aadmi Party. Just a short while back, you heard the Aam Aadmi Party leader, Atishi. on the spot as well, trying to maintain law and order. As you can hear, there's a sloganeering on. High drama there outside the BJP headquarters. Of course, barricades have been set up so that the protesters, these are protests being led by the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital, and protesters are saying that they are protesting against the notice of eviction that has been issued to them. They have been asked to vacate at the earliest. These are premises that they say they have occupied for years, that it will be impossible for them to abide by the terms of that notice, of those notices so early. So as you can see, sloganeering protests led by the Aam Aadmi Party. These are dwellers of who have been issued eviction notices by the government. A slum demolition order has been issued. The Aam Aadmi Party now leads these protests and says that the BJP has betrayed the people. The Aam Aadmi Party leader Atishi is speaking there a short while back, saying that the BJP had earlier said that they would be building concrete homes for the slum dwellers who have been issued notices now.
Enforcement Directorate has summoned the BMC Commissioner Iqbal Singh Chahal over the irregularities in the COVID-19 Jumbo Center case. Economic Offences Wing of Mumbai Police is carrying out an investigation in the irregularities in COVID-19 Jumbo Center case. Now the Enforcement Directorate is carrying out a parallel investigation in this matter. As far as the case is concerned, it is being said that illegal contracts were given to the Lifeline Hospital, which is owned and operated by Sujit Patkar, one of the close aide of Sanjay Raut. Now the Federal Probe Agency is also parallelly investigating this matter. Reporting from Mumbai with video journalist Sameer Sandeep Singh for Republic TV.
And in major breaking news that we are bringing you at the start, there's a big political controversy that has erupted in the state of Bihar. Republic spoke exclusively to Bihar Minister Upendra Kushwaha. The leader hitting out at the RJD said, I quote, the RJD is helping the BJP. JDU is weakening day by day. I want to be a part of the decision-making process in Bihar government, but the JDU has made me sit in the pavilion for nearly 2 years now. Let's listen in to know more.
देखिए, मुझको तो निश्चित रूप से यह लगता है कि कहीं न कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एजेंडा पर ये लोग जानबूझकर काम कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि शुरुआती दौर में माननीय विधायक सुधाकर जी ने लगातार जिस तरह से मुख्यमंत्री जी के ऊपर व्यक्तिगत टिप्पणी, एक तरह से गाली, वैसे शब्दों का व्यवहार किया और क्या आज भी कर रहे हैं। और फिर अभी कुछ दिन से माननीय शिक्षा मंत्री बिहार, उनका बयान जो आ रहा है वह तो शुद्ध रूप से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एजेंडा पर काम करते हुए दिख रहे हैं, क्योंकि ऐसे विषयों पर चर्चा होगी तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ही लाभ होना है, यह सब लोगों को मालूम है। हम लोगों का एजेंडा इस तरह का एजेंडा नहीं होना चाहिए। हम लोगों का एजेंडा है सोशल जस्टिस का एजेंडा, धर्मनिरपेक्षता का एजेंडा, डेवलपमेंट का एजेंडा। तो ऐसे एजेंडों पर बहस हो तो हम लोगों के लाभ की बात होगी, लेकिन बीजेपी के एजेंडा पर उनके फील्ड में जाकर उनकी पिच पर खेलने का काम माननीय शिक्षा मंत्री जी कर रहे हैं, तो स्वाभाविक रूप से जब बीजेपी को ही लाभ होना है तो फिर ऐसा काम कर क्यों रहे हैं।
मानते हैं कि रामचरितमानस जो है नफरत का ग्रंथ है, जैसा कि चंद्रशेखर जो शिक्षा मंत्री है उन्होंने कहा।
देखिए, उन्हीं से पूछिए ना कि डॉक्टर लोहिया जिसकी विरासत पर चलने की बात हम सब लोग करते हैं, राष्ट्रीय जनता दल के लोग भी करते हैं, और डॉक्टर लोहिया रामायण मेला लगाते थे और इससे समाज में संदेश देने का प्रयास करते थे। और उस ग्रंथ के बारे में जिस तरह की टिप्पणी की गई पूरे तौर पे गलत है, पूरे तौर पे गलत है, लेकिन फिर भी लगातार बोल रहे हैं। बोलने का मतलब सीधा है कि बीजेपी को लाभ पहुंचाने के मकसद से बोल रहे हैं।
Upendra Kushwaha speaking exclusively with Republic's Prakash Singh there on various issues related to Bihar, and amid many controversies that are making the rounds in political circles there at this point, the Ramcharitmanas for example. And now moving on, Republic also spoke with Shivanand Tiwari on the Ramcharitmanas controversy. Listen in.
शिक्षा मंत्री चंद्रशेखर के द्वारा रामचरितमानस को नफरत का ग्रंथ करार दिए जाने के बाद विवाद उत्पन्न हो गया है। हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं आरजेडी के वरिष्ठ नेता और उपाध्यक्ष शिवानंद तिवारी जी। शिवानंद जी, चंद्रशेखर जी ने कहा कि रामचरितमानस जो है नफरत का ग्रंथ है, इस पर जेडीयू ने ऐतराज व्यक्त किया है। उपेंद्र कुशवाहा ने भी कहा है कि ऐसा बात नहीं करना चाहिए। अशोक चौधरी ने भी कहा कि नफरत का ग्रंथ तो हो ही नहीं सकता है, हिंदू धर्म के लिए पूजनीय ग्रंथ है वो।
देखिए, चंद्रशेखर जी ने जो कुछ कहा है उससे हम भी सहमति नहीं रखते। हमने चंद्रशेखर जी को कहा भी, भाई दीक्षांत समारोह में आप भाषण करने गए थे, वहाँ इसकी ये बोलने की जरूरत क्या थी आपकी? और आप जिस वैचारिक धरातल पर खड़े हैं, राष्ट्रीय जनता दल हो या जनता दल यूनाइटेड हो, ये तो एक ही वैचारिक धरातल के लोग हैं। और ये वैचारिक धरातल किसका है? तो गांधी का, लोहिया का, जयप्रकाश का, उन्हीं का है। और गांधी लोहिया तो राम के बारे में जितना उन्होंने कुछ लिखा है, रामायण मेला उन्होंने लगवाया है। मकबूल फिदा हुसैन जैसे पेंटर को उन्होंने माने चुनौती के तौर पर रखा कि तुम जो ये बड़े बड़े लोगों का जो ड्राइंग रूम में टांगने के लिए जो तस्वीर बना रहे हो, कभी तुमने महसूस किया है कि गांव देहात के लोग जो है किन रंगों को पसंद करते हैं, किस चीज़ को पसंद करते हैं? तो कभी राम के बारे में तुमने सोचा है? और मकबूल फिदा हुसैन गांव में निकले, वो उन्होंने सबके सामने मैंने पेंटिंग किया, उसके बाद जो है मैंने राम कथा को लेकर के 200-250 होर्डिंग बनाया उन्होंने। तो उन्होंने खुद कहा है, लोहिया ने खुद कहा है तो रामचरितमानस के बारे में कि भाई उसमें बहुत सारा हीरा मोती भी है, बहुत सारा मैंने कूड़ा कचरा भी है। अब ऐसा नहीं कि कूड़ा कचरा बहारने के चक्कर में हम हीरा मोती भी बहार दें, या मैंने हीरा मोती खाने के चक्कर में हम कूड़ा कचरा भी साफ कर लें।
आपने क्या सलाह दिया चंद्रशेखर जी?
मैंने सलाह नहीं दिया। सबसे बड़ी बात ये हुई कि हमारे यहाँ से मैंने हमारे पार्टी के जो राज्य के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष हैं उनकी ओर से एक बयान आ गया, पूरी पार्टी उनके पीछे खड़ी है। तो हमने कहा कि भाई पार्टी की मीटिंग कहाँ हुई कि जिसमें इतना महत्वपूर्ण फैसला, जिस वैचारिक धरातल पर आप खड़े हैं उससे आप अलग होना चाह रहे हैं, ये अधिकार किसने दिया भाई प्रदेश अध्यक्ष को? मैंने कैसे उन्होंने फैसला किया और कैसे ये तय कर लिया कि पार्टी का फैसला है? हमने कहा कि हम राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष हैं, हमको कोई जानकारी नहीं है। अगर इस तरह की कोई मीटिंग हुई, इस मीटिंग में इस तरह का फैसला हुआ, तो उस मीटिंग में तो हमको नहीं बुलाया गया था। तेजस्वी उस मीटिंग में थे, लालू यादव की सहमति ली गई थी उस मीटिंग में। तो ये जो कहा गया, एक भ्रम फैलाया गया, राज्य अध्यक्ष को कहीं से ये अधिकार नहीं है कि अकेले बैठ के अपने चेंबर में वो जो है कह दें कि साहब ये पार्टी का फैसला है। पार्टी का फैसला आप कौन होते हैं कहने वाले भाई? ये तो दिल्ली में पिछला जो राष्ट्रीय अधिवेशन हुआ था, उस राष्ट्रीय अधिवेशन में ही तय हो गया था कि सैद्धांतिक जो मामला है उस मामले में सम्मेलन ने मैंने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष लालू यादव को और उसके बाद तेजस्वी को अधिकृत किया था। तो तेजस्वी है नहीं मीटिंग में, हैं? लालू यादव तो खैर नहीं है यहाँ, गैर हाजिर हैं, फिजिकली गैर हाजिर हैं। हम यहीं पटने में रहते हैं, हम भी राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष हैं और राबड़ी देवी के बाद तीसरा नाम हमारा ही रखा हुआ है, तो हमको भी कोई जानकारी नहीं है।
आपने तो उनके सामने ही कह दिया, जगदानंद सिंह और चंद्रशेखर जी आपके बगल में बैठे हुए थे, कहते कि कोई ये तो पार्टी का फैसला हो ही नहीं सकता। तो इस पर उन्होंने
मानते हैं कि नहीं,
तो इस पर
इससे पार्टी को नुकसान पहुंच रहा है और इतना मेजर डिसीजन लेने का अधिकार जो है नहीं है। अब किस नीयत से जगदानंद सिंह ये सब काम कर रहे हैं नहीं जानते हैं। हो सकता है उनको तकलीफ हो कि उनके बेटा को निकाल दिया सरकार से बाहर, उसका कोई खुन्नस हो, उसके रिएक्शन में इस ढंग की बात करते हो, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है। तेजस्वी आते हैं दिल्ली से, भी गए हैं शरद यादव के ये में, हम कहेंगे कि आप मीटिंग बुलाइए और मीटिंग बुला करके तय कीजिए कि इस तरह का निर्णय कैसे हो रहा है भाई, किस ढंग से हो रहा है। तो एक तरफ आपका बेटा कह रहा है कि शिखंडी है नीतीश कुमार, और दूसरे तरफ आप कह रहे हैं कि साहब रामचरितमानस घृणा फैलाने वाला ग्रंथ है, जिसके बारे में मैंने डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया कह रहे हैं कि उसमें बहुत सारा हीरा मोती है। जिस राम के बारे में महात्मा गांधी कह रहे हैं, राम के ऐतिहासिकता के बारे में छोड़ दीजिए, लेकिन राम जो है इस देश के कण-कण में बसे हुए हैं भाई। कोई ऐतिहासिक पुरुष, बुद्ध ऐतिहासिक पुरुष हैं, लेकिन बुद्ध के बारे में हिंदुस्तान की जनता से पूछिए तो 1000 आदमी से पूछिएगा तो शायद एक आध आदमी जो है आपको बता देगा, लेकिन राम के बारे में पूछिए तो मैंने एकदम निपढ़ आदमी, गांव देहात में रहने वाला भी आदमी 10 को किस्सा जो है राम जी का सुना देगा।
बताइए बाबा, इतनी घटना हो गई तो क्या सुधाकर सिंह और चंद्रशेखर दोनों पर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए जो इस तरीके से अनाप शनाप बोल रहे हैं?
देखिए, हम जो है इसके बारे में कोई राय नहीं देंगे। हमने ये कहा है कि पार्टी की मीटिंग तेजस्वी आते हैं, हम उनसे कहेंगे, उन सारी सांगो पांग जो है मैंने परिस्थिति के बारे में चर्चा होगी।
चित्तानंद सिंह अपने दायरे से बाहर जाकर बयान दे रहे हैं,
हमने उसका खंडन किया,
उन पर भी कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
अब ये हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम कह रहे हैं मीटिंग होनी चाहिए, मीटिंग में तय होगा कार्रवाई होगी नहीं होगी, नहीं, सब कुछ जो है फैसला मीटिंग में होगा। इससे अतिरिक्त हम नहीं कुछ कहना चाहते हैं इस बार।
उपेंद्र कुशवाहा ने भी अभी कहा है कि
उपेंद्र कुशवाहा साहब नहीं है, पार्टी हो रही, बात हो रही है राष्ट्रीय जनता दल।
Time now for a short break. On the other side, in news that's coming up, national capital on high alert, even as there are protests being held on the street. Also coming up, TMC hooligans caught on tape misbehaving. All this and more up ahead. Stay tuned to Republic.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bengaluru, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर, एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
In Madhya Pradesh's Ratlam, a massive fire engulfed 3 plastic factories in the wee hours of Friday. The fire that initially broke out in one factory soon spread to the second unit wall and later engulfed the third factory too. Reports suggest nearly 7 fire tenders and top police officials were rushed to the spot in a bid to rouse the fire. While number of casualties remain yet to be ascertained, goods worth lakhs of rupees were destroyed by the raging blaze. A probe is now underway to determine the cause of the fire. Bureau report for Republic TV.
एक आपने कॉन्सेप्ट दिया जी जनाब का।
I don't ever want to claim anything which is not done by me. I only cast my mind back to what General Patinkar and General Nirbhay Sharma had done. What I did was that I took the Ji Janab. Ji Janab was not about saying Ji Janab to everyone. It was just a symbol, a name given to an operation to say, understand the Kashmiri environment, understand the culture, understand the
In other top stories that we're tracking, Uttarakhand's town Joshimath is sinking. Cracks are visible on walls, buildings, roads, and now highways continue to baffle.
संख्या में लोग जो है नीचे बैठने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। तस्वीरें आपके सामने बैरिकेड के बिल्कुल सामने ये तस्वीर दिखा रहे हैं जहां पर वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल पुलिस के द्वारा किया जा रहा है। झुग्गी झोपड़ियों को हटाने का नोटिस जारी होने के साथ ही आप देखिए कि किस तरह से यहाँ पर लोगों ने इस बात का विरोध किया कि आखिर उनके झुग्गियों को, उनके घरों को क्यों तोड़ने का नोटिस जारी किया। इसी को समर्थन आम आदमी पार्टी ने दिया और बीजेपी और एलजी के खिलाफ यहाँ पर आप देखिए कि जो प्रोटेस्ट यहाँ पर किया जा रहा था, अब उस प्रोटेस्ट को खत्म कराने के लिए, उसको हटाने के लिए, लोगों को यहाँ से हटाने के लिए पुलिस के द्वारा वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। तस्वीर आपके सामने, वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल पुलिस कर रही है। तो ये तस्वीर